You're listening to The Zone, ESPN Radio, 1600 AM, Cedar Rapids.
We now leave our network programming to bring you the following special sports presentation.
Let the good times roll with the fun of Kernel Baseball in The Zone.
Bring your family, bring your friends. This is where the fun never ends. Everybody knows when you're at the game. The good times roll. Hey, Kernels, let the good times roll. Cedar around the Kernels, let the good times roll.
With the South Slope Communications Triple Play Show, here's the voice of the Kernels, John Rogers.
And welcome to Davenport, Iowa. T.J. Stanton, Kernel relief pitcher, set on our Tri-State Travel Motor Coach arrival here a couple of hours ago. This is our home away from home, and in a sense, T.J.'s right. This is the 8th time the Kernels will square up against the St. Louis Cardinal minor leaguers, the swing of the Quad Cities. The swing is hot. They've won 8 out of 10, and because of that great play, they have climbed all the way up to second place in the Western Division first half standings. Quad City has won 5 straight, 8 out of 10. They're just 3 games behind front-running Clinton. The Kernels are in a tailspin, a nosedive that has seen us go 1-6 on this 8-game road trip, and we have sunk to 10 games below 500, 14-24, 10.5 lengths back of first-place Clinton. Our first chance on the South Slope Communications Triple Play Show to visit with Kernel outfielder and native Midwesterner Jordan Renz. Jordan steps to the plate next here in the Zone.
A triple play, a rarity on the diamond, but produced successfully every day at South Slope Communications in North Liberty. The South Slope Communications Triple Play consists of voice, video, and data communications for your home or business. Achieve your communications triple play with South Slope Communications. South Slope is committed to providing the latest communications technology to their members while continuing to give service second to none. South Slope can provide your home or business with just about everything that connects you to information. Digital wireless phones, long-distance plans, data home and business wiring, video conferencing, dial-up and high-speed internet service, fiber optic installation and termination, and coming soon to all local servicing areas, digital video TV service. South Slope also rents out a beautiful community center event room in their magnificent new building in North Liberty. When you need anything in the communications field, select South Slope Communications. Visit them at southslope.com.
As the Kernels conclude an 8-game road trip back in Davenport, Iowa, where we started the road trip last Wednesday evening, it's our first chance to talk with Kernel outfielder Jordan Renz. And Jordan, you're from the Midwest. You're from Tulsa, Oklahoma, and I know you have a philosophy or a feeling about why you want to stay in the Midwest whenever you retire from professional baseball. You're very impressed with how friendly the folks are here.
I am. I like the Midwest. I've grown up in the Midwest. Oklahoma is pretty much just like Iowa. The people are more laid back. It's got a slower tempo, slower pace, and I like that a lot more than more the city type thing. So
one of the things I know you enjoy about the Midwest, and the people in Iowa can sure relate to it, Jordan, is your love of hunting. Tell our listeners what you like to do in the off season.
Well, I've really gone a couple times, but the last time I went was right before spring training, and I went pheasant hunting, quail hunting with one of my best friend's dad, and ever since I went, I just, I really fell in love with it, so I'd like to do it a lot more.
Is it relaxing for you, Jordan, or is it more of a challenge for you?
It's relaxing. It's a lot more relaxing than a challenge. You just kind of go out there and just have fun, let the dog do the work, and it's all about fun, really. So.
Did you know quail hunting is huge down in southern Iowa?
No, I didn't. Not at all.
That and pheasant are real big down there. And Jordan, when you go hunting, is it something that your friends or relatives teach you, or did you have a knack for it?
Well, my grandfather, my dad's dad, he was really big into it, and I might have, got it from that. But like I said, a couple times I went, I really enjoyed it. But that's probably where I've, got the love for it. Really, is probably my grandfather.
Once you bag a bird, is it something that you know how to clean and then prepare to eat?
The first time I ever went was the first time I learned how to do it, so it was a new experience for me. I didn't like it too much the first time I did it, but I got used to it.
What about the taste?
tastes like chicken.
Tastes like chicken. Well, that's what a lot of people tell us, too. Jordan Renz is our guest on the Dugout interview. And, Jordan, you had a great opportunity to do something very few young professionals get to do. A 1996-1997 Kernel player, Kevin Ham, scouted you, signed you, and then Kevin got to be a coach last year for you in Provo. Would you let us know kind of how the scouting process worked and how well you got to know Kevin Ham?
He was great. He scouted me through high school and kept in touch with me, and it just so happened that he ended up being my coach my year in Provo, and he's a great guy. Still keeps in touch with me, and as well as every other player he's followed. So really, that's it. He's been a really good. He was a really good coach, hitting coach there, and he's a really good scout.
Did he tell you, Jordan, when you were in high school, did he give you a call or call your family and say, hey, I'm going to be in the stands tonight and I'd like a few words with you before or after the game, or did he keep a more low-key profile?
At first, he was more low-key, but once, we talked a few times, he got to know me a little better. I'm sure just like anybody else he talked to, probably the same thing, but, he really got to know you first, and he got to know your family first, and then would go that direction, so.
Jordan, does a scout like Kevin Ham come over to your home and have a Coke or a cup of coffee with you and your folks to really get to know you outside the baseball diamond?
Yeah, I think a lot of them do. They really want to get to know your family, get to know your background, get to know where you're from before they would make an investment on you. So that's pretty much a big deal. Probably a big part of scouting, not just on the field of baseball, but off the field too.
Did Kevin Ham know, Jordan, that you also had a great love for football and were being courted by Division I football programs, or did he ask about that?
I think he knew, but I made it to where it wasn't an issue. If baseball was going to happen, it was going to happen. Football was there, but I wanted to play baseball, so.
We're getting to know Jordan Renz for the first time this spring. He's with us on the South Slope Communications Triple Play Show from John O'Donnell Stadium, where the Kernels will try to finish up this 8-game road trip on a winning note against the swing of the Quad Cities. A final word with the Kernel outfielder Jordan Renz when we return. This is Kernel Baseball in the Zone.
I cannot face anyone but me. Baby, can't you see I know what's right for me? Don't tell me wrong from right. I know just what I like. Yeah, call me crazy, I don't care. Come feel the joy of mine. Each generation has found they got their own kind of sound. Come to shout it out. Who's that fire, Patsy? Oh, yeah.
Who's that cool cooking man? King of the grill, who's your patio daddy-o?
Your patio.
Charbroiled sausage flipping man with the buns, who's your patio daddy-o?
Your patio daddy-o. The only good limits, 'cause it's number one for taste and fun.
Econo Foods is the place to save on Clements Fine products this week. Shop Econo Foods for hot pricing on Clements.
Outfielder Jordan Renz is with us on the South Slope Communications Triple Play Show, and Jordan, we have a baseball expert that's helped me throughout the first part of this season, Todd Brummelkamp, our Director of Public Relations, and we've talked to a number of your teammates about what a thrill it must have been to be on the Pioneer champion Provo Angels last year, and Todd told me during the break that you hit a big home run that helped the Provo Angels win the title. Fill us in.
It was probably the best feeling I've ever had playing baseball. That whole season was great. We came back at the end, made a comeback against the Billings team. So I think we were down the last game, and I got an opportunity to do something, and I did, and it's a feeling that I'll never forget. So.
Jordan, did it put us in the playoffs, the Provo Angels, or did it win the league title for the Angels?
That was to win the championship, so that was pretty exciting for me. It was a big hit. So
he was in Billings, and then did we have to go out the Angels and get the final 3 outs of that game?
Yeah, it was at home against Billings, but we had to go out in the last inning and get 3 outs. Mitch Arnold came in and struck out the last batter for the win.
Well, Jordan, that brings us to the final question I think our listeners would love to hear your perspective on. There's no doubt our ball club has struggled getting out of the gate the first part of this spring. You just said that the Provo Angels came back last season to win that title. What could you say about the ball club and our prospects? Do you really have a quiet confidence that we can turn this thing around, or is it going to be a long haul where we'll have to see what happens, or what's your gut feel?
I do think we're going to be able to turn around, and if I don't, then it's going to be a long season. It's a long season anyways, and if we're down ourselves right now, it's going to turn out pretty bad. But I think the way our team last year handled themselves, we came back then. We pretty much have the same team as last year, so everybody's struggling. I'm struggling a lot. Everyone's having a hard time right now, but we just got to come together, and I think we'll make it happen.
Jordan, thanks for that honest assessment, and thanks for being so patient and letting us get to you as a South Slope Communications Triple Play Show guest. A $5 gift certificate for you, Jordan, to redeem at any of the Zio Giano Spaghetti Houses for homemade pasta, perfect homemade bread, wonderful Italian cuisine, pasta that will make you and your teammates in the Colonel Clubhouse sing, Jordan Renz. Nothing beats Zio Giano's. Jordan, thanks so much for this South Slope Communications Triple Play Show talk. We appreciate it very much.
Thank you.
That's Colonel outfielder Jordan Renz with us from Davenport, where the Colonels do conclude their 8-game road trip with a single game against the swing of the Quad Cities. Starting lineups just ahead. This is Colonel Baseball in the Zone.
It's spring planting time, and garden treasures await you at Peck's Flower Shop and Garden Center. For the best plant selection in the area, plus all the free advice you'll need, visit Peck's Flower Shop and Garden Center. Peck's greenhouses are filled with blooming treasures for garden, patio, and hanging baskets. Peck's has hundreds of varieties of perennial plants, rose bushes, and vegetable plants, all ready to plant. Peck's has acres of trees and shrubs for creating beautiful landscapes. Peck's will help you with your landscape projects with expert advice and estimates. Bring us your ideas. We'll help bring them to life. Visit Peck's Flower Shop and Garden Center, where the knowledgeable staff is ready to answer your plant and gardening questions. Peck's is located at the corner of Blair Ferry and Edgewood Road Northeast. Peck's, growing garden treasures since 1956.
From the banks of the Mississippi in the newly remodeled John O'Donnell Stadium, where the Colonels have made a home away from home, according to the observation of Colonel reliever T.J. Stanton. Yes, we have played 7 games here. We started our 8-game road trip here last week with a rain-shortened 5-inning 1-0 loss to the Swing. Since a doubleheader that the Swing split with us last Friday evening here, they've gone on to win 5 straight games, and in the 7 games between our two ball clubs, the Colonels have won 3 of the 7 here at JOD, John O'Donnell Stadium, named after a legendary Quad City Times sports reporter. Both Andy Pantini, Colonel Director of Technology and Graphics, and Colonel Director of Public Relations, Todd Brummelkamp, they will both be here to bring you the action this evening. We're going to saddle them up and hope they'll bring you some better luck than the old 10-year voice of the Colonels have been able to do on this road trip. So anytime you're not going well, it's good to try to change a few things. So I'll look forward to handing the baton off to Andy Pantini for the play-by-play and Todd Brummelkamp for the color commentary. The umpires are taking in the lineup cards from Joe Cunningham Jr., the manager of the Cardinal affiliate, the Swing of the Quad Cities, and the Colonel upbeat skipper Bobby Magallanes has turned in the Colonel lineup card. Let me set the Swings lineup for you this evening. Overall, having won 5 straight, they have now elevated themselves into second place in the Western Division first half standings, only 3 games back of Clinton. Matt Lamancik of Speedsters in center field. He'll lead it off for Quad City. Batting second, Matt Shepard, a switch-hitting shortstop. Joe Mather belted a game-winning home run in the 14th inning here last night as the Swing completed a 4-game sweep of the Beloit Snappers. Mather's in right field. He'll hit third with his 6 home runs. Jarrett Hoffpauir, the only second baseman in the Midwest League who bats cleanup, is batting fourth for the Swing. Hoffpauir is fourth in the league with a .347 average. 6 of his league-high 14 doubles have come against Colonel pitching. Gary Hammond, a 25-year-old seasoned veteran, is the designated hitter. He'll bat fifth with 7 home runs. Batting sixth, the left-handed hitting catcher Brady Toops for Quad City. Their third baseman bats seventh. That's Jake Mullinack. Mike Ferris with 6 home runs hits eighth in the swing order. He'll be at first base. And batting ninth, a favorite of all broadcasters in terms of a baseball name, Wes Swackhammer's in left field, batting ninth. Mike Parisi is making his third start of this spring against the Kernels. He's 0-2 against the Kernels. Mike Parisi is a 22-year-old right-hander from Manhattan College in the Big Apple. Parisi was the Cardinal 9th-round pick last year. He went 4-2 with New Jersey, and in 6 starts with the Peoria Chiefs in this league, Mike Parisi posted a 1-1 record. In 2005, Mike Parisi is 1-4, making his 8th start of the year, a 4.89 ERA. He is tangling with Colonel starter Bill Edwards for the 3rd time this spring. Bill has beaten the Swing and Mike Parisi twice. Allen Motor Company is proud to bring you the Allen Motor Company Colonel starting lineup. Allen's has wonderful, great, valuable deals right now at their campus, I-380 and Boyson Road, exit 25 in Hiawatha. 2004 Olds-Aleros start at just $10,495 right now at Allen Motor Company. When we open our 4-game homestand tomorrow evening against West Michigan, Allen's is open late. Allen's is open till 9 tomorrow evening. The Allen Motor Company Colonel starting lineup, and with it is Colonel Director of Public Relations, Todd Brummelkamp.
Well, thank you, John. Remember, that's I-380 to the Boyson Road exit for Allen Motor Company. Leading off the Allen Motor Company starting lineup for the Colonels, our new player, Alexi Casilla. And Alexi will play shortstop tonight. That'll be his first game there for us. Alexi, normally a second baseman. Sean Rodriguez, also a part of the lineup jumble of Bobby Magallanes tonight. Sean will bat second, but he'll play center field instead of shortstop. Batting third, and do not do a double take when I say the name, he is batting third tonight, second baseman Nate Sutton. Why is Sutton batting third? Because Sutton has torched Mike Parisi in the 2 outings the Colonels have had against Parisi and the Swing. Batting cleanup will be the Texan, Aaron Peel. Aaron's going to be in left field tonight. He'll be followed in the Allen Motor Company order by Warner Madrigal. Warner, given the night off on defense today, he'll just worry about hitting pitches. He's the designated hitter. Batting sixth and catching, Tommy Duenas. He'll be behind the plate. Big Chris Walston has 2 home runs and only 18 at-bats for the Colonels. Chris Walston will play first base and bat seventh. Jordan Renz is in right field, our South Slope Triple Play pregame dugout interview guest today. Jordan is in right and bats eighth. And playing third base tonight, Jason Ramos. Jason rounds out the order and bats ninth. And on the hill for the Colonels, he's 4-1 with a 2.68 ERA. We'll tell you more about him after the national anthem. It's Bill Edwards.
Thanks so much, Todd. And here at John O'Donnell Stadium with a partly cloudy, overcast sky, both teams standing in front of their dugouts for the singing of the Star-Spangled Banner. Singing of the national anthem at John O'Donnell Stadium, where Bobby Magallanes' wife and cute little girl have made the trip over to celebrate her birthday. And we look forward to the Colonels coming out of their tailspin by winning this final game of an 8-game road trip. Todd Brummelkamp is alongside. I'm going to hand the reins over to Colonel Director of Technology and Graphics, Andy Pantini. Andy's going to turn this thing around for us. They'll look forward to bringing you the action here in just a minute. Colonel Baseball in the zone.
A triple play, a rarity on the diamond, but produced successfully every day at South Slope Communications in North Liberty. The South Slope Communications triple play consists of voice, video, and data communications for your home or business. Achieve your communications triple play with South Slope Communications. South Slope is committed to providing the latest communications technology to their members while continuing to give service second to none. South Slope can provide your home or business with just about everything that connects you to information. Digital wireless phones, long-distance plans, data home and business wiring, video conferencing, dial-up and high-speed internet service, fiber optic installation and termination, and coming soon to all local servicing areas, digital video TV service. South Slope also rents out a beautiful community center event room in their magnificent new building in North Liberty. When you need anything in the communications field, select South Slope Communications. Visit them at southslope.com.
And we're just about ready to get underway here from the banks of the mighty Mississippi River. Andy Pantini and Todd Brummelkamp bringing you the action of this Game 8 of 8-game road trip. And the leadoff batter, Alexi Casilla, steps in and takes the pitch outside for ball one. Alexi on the season, batting 125 in 2 games for the Kernels, but 2 stolen bases as he slices one foul down the left field line. The lights have just been turned on here at John O'Donnell Stadium. When I left Cedar Rapids about 4:30, it was raining, and then once I got past Iowa City, the rain quit, and it's been a breezy but beautiful night for baseball, right, John?
Absolutely. It seems like every time we're here in town, we have weather issues, but it's beautiful right now.
Casilla takes the pitch outside. I was looking at the scoreboard, and they're still showing it as being Billy Boyer.
They apparently have not made any changes since the last time we were in town, even though we have.
The count now even at 2-2 as he swings and misses, loses his bat back to halfway to the screen, and Alexi Casilla down on strikes for the Kernels. That brings up Sean Rodriguez. Sean playing center field tonight. On the season, batting .233, 1 home run, 4 RBI. 8 stolen bases and 13 chances, so definitely a threat to steal.
Sean will have to get on first.
And a fastball right down the middle from Quad City starter Mike Parisi. Kind of a gray overcast sky right now as the second pitch is low and outside for ball one. It's Star Wars night here at John O'Donnell as a curveball misses inside. The count now 2-1 to the Colonel center fielder, Sean Rodriguez. Ball 3 misses low and away.
Colonels hoping that the force will be with them tonight to help snap their 5-game losing streak.
Something needs to be with them as the 3-1 pitch is grounded back up the middle. That will be a base hit for Sean Rodriguez. And that will bring up second baseman Nate Sutton. As John said during the Allen Motor Company starting lineups, Nate Sutton has feasted on the River Bandits.
The swing.
The River Bandits, boy, that's the first time of probably many faux pas tonight for me on that one.
Not only has he feasted on the swing, but Mike Parisi in general, he just missed hitting the cycle off Parisi in their first outing and hit him hard in that second outing last week as well.
Nate Sutton on the season, batting .212, no home runs, 4 runs driven in, as he takes the strike on the outside corner. The umpires tonight behind the plate, David Warren, and on the bases, Mark Evans.
As always, our umpiring crew brought to you by Anderson Brown Eye Care, Anderson and Brown. And hopefully they'll be a little more generous with us than our crew in Dayton was. We had some tough issues with them. A lot of calls that didn't go our way.
Sean Rodriguez draws a throw at first. He has a respectable lead, not being held real tight. Another quick throw over.
and he's back in head first. Andy, I'd look for Bobby Magianis to be just as aggressive on the bases. They're going to stick with their game plan. They'll get out of their funk eventually, and I think Bobby believes that they will do it by remaining aggressive.
The Angels' philosophy is the contact ball. And speaking of contact, Nate Sutton, a single into left field, and runners at first and second with one out. Nate Sutton getting the Kernels off to a good start, and that brings up our cleanup hitter this evening, left fielder Aaron Peel. Aaron on the season, 258, 3 home runs, 11 runs driven in. The dimensions here at JOD, 343 down the left field line, 400 to dead center with probably a 15-foot high wall, and then down the right field line, 318. First pitch is a high fastball. Peel fouls it off of catcher Brady Toop's mask for strike one.
I'll tell you what, if Joe Cunningham was able to vote for him as an all-star, I bet Nate Sutton would be on his ballot.
I know the all-star ballots are out to the coaches. I don't know what the deadline is on that. That game coming up here in the middle of June.
June 22nd at O'Brien Field in Peoria.
A throw back to second base as Sean Rodriguez dives back in easily.
And Andy, we may have some people at home saying, well, Joe Cunningham and the Swing are in the same division as the Kernels. Why couldn't he vote for Nate Sutton? That's because the Kernels will be in the East this year in the All-Star game.
Traditionally with the unbalanced single, as Aaron Peel rips the ball into left field, it will drop as a base hit. Rodriguez rounds third, and he will score easily as Nate Sutton holds up at second base, and the Kernels now with a one-run lead, 1-0. Aaron Peel, an RBI single into left field. They had him playing pretty much straight away. Not a ball hit terribly hard, Todd, but drops in front of left fielder Wes Swackhammer. And the Kernels are on the board with 1 run and 3 hits. Hits have been hard to come by as of late.
Well, you know, I was having a conversation with Tommy Duenas at the Holiday Inn here in Davenport about hitting the ball hard but right at people. And I said, Tommy, eventually they'll start falling in front of people, and that's exactly what that little hit by Peel just did.
Warner Madrigal, the designated hitter tonight, takes a swing at the first pitch and fouls it into the right field picnic area. Warner on the season batting .220, 6 home runs, which I believe leads the Kernels.
It does lead the Kernels. I believe it's third in the Midwest League now.
A fastball high looked pretty good from up here, 87 miles an hour from Mike Parisi.
That's a dangerous pitch to throw to Warner.
In fact, it must have even fooled the scoreboard operator. At least I didn't think it was called a strike.
I did not see the home plate umpire indicate strike.
Warner fouls another pitch. Now he does have 2 strikes as a 90-mile-an-hour fastball.
And there's the ball.
So the count now 1 ball, 2 strikes. 1 out here. We're in the top of the first. The Kernels have 2 runners on and a run already in as Warner Madrigal gets set for the 1-2 pitch from Mike Parisi. There goes the runners, and Warner pops it up. They're going to have to get back in a hurry. He'll foul out to first baseman Mike Ferris in foul territory. Nate Sutton was almost to third base when that ball was hit, so he had to scramble to get back. And Aaron Peel didn't stray off too far, but the way that ball was carrying, you would think that there's a possibility that Ferris could catch the ball and step on first base for an unassisted double play.
Well, and Andy, if you would have been with us in Dayton, that's almost what you would have expected to happen. But this is a good sign. The Kernels are on the board, and we haven't had any bad luck so far.
Well, I did everything I possibly could do to break our bad luck spell. I ate my bratwurst with ketchup instead of mustard, which is a major sacrilege in the world.
Just sickening.
And that brings up Tommy Duenas, the Kernel catcher, batting .176 with a homer, 7 RBIs as he takes a changeup low for ball 1. Tommy having a very good defensive year, as throwing out runners left and right, and also not afraid to snap a throw behind a runner straying too far from first base. Ball 2 is low and outside, and Tommy ahead in the count 2-0. He should be getting a pretty decent pitch to hit here. The sky not necessarily looking threatening, but very bright as we face
east over the Mississippi River as the 2-0 pitch is fouled back over the grandstand roof, and the count now 2-1.
Andy, Tommy believes, and I think rightfully so, that he is the best defensive catcher in the league. He has traditionally gotten off to slow starts at every stop in his pro career. He got off to a fast start this year, had a 6-game hitting streak for the Kernels, now in a little bit of a batting slump. But again, I had a nice 15-minute conversation with the Miami, Florida native today at the hotel, and Tommy knows things will come around for him.
Parisi sets and now delivers the 2-1 pitch, a swing and a miss on a cut fastball, and the count now 2-2. Tommy, one of the nicest players you could ever get to know on this Kernels team. Certainly a veteran now of his third trip to Cedar Rapids. Always glad to see Tommy. I tell him, I said, I'm glad to see you, but I wish you were someplace else, a little higher up the food chain here. But Tommy certainly, I'd have to believe, one of the leaders in that Kernel clubhouse as he pulls one to third base. Jake Molinak picks it up and steps on third, and the Kernels are retired here in the top of the first inning, but not before tallying a run on 3 hits. They leave 2, and we go to the bottom of the first inning. Kernels 1, Quad City coming to bat. You're listening to Kernel Baseball in the Zone.
I'm Dave Shea. For 35 years, I was a news anchor for Channel 2. You may also have seen me driving around Cedar Rapids in my Honda Accord. Well, I've retired from broadcasting, but I haven't given up my Honda. For years, I've told friends they should consider owning a Honda, specifically from Randy Keel Honda. Randy is a local dealer with 13 years of experience in matching drivers to the right vehicle. He has a fine selection of new Hondas, as well as quality pre-owned vehicles. And more than just a reliable service department, Randy Keel Honda offers Confidence, a 7-year, 100,000-mile warranty on every new vehicle sold. You can take my word for it, but you may also want to talk with other Honda owners. They're people you know, your friends, your neighbors, maybe even your relatives. And you can do more homework by logging on to Randy's website at www.randykeel.com. I'm a satisfied Honda owner, and I'm sure you will be too. See Randy Keel Honda today on Centerpoint Road Northeast.
And the pot is up to $500,000. The Poker Grand Championship. You're gambling with the best, but you're twitching from the itching, squirming from the burning, and it's doing nothing for your poker face.
Oh, I should have used Preparation H. Oh.
Now, wherever you go, cleanse, cool, and soothe with new Preparation H portable wipes. 4 times bigger than Tux pads and individually wrapped to take anywhere discreetly.
I'll raise $5,000.
New Preparation H portable wipes. Big relief. To go. Use as directed.
We are back here at John O'Donnell Stadium as a clip from the upcoming Star Wars movie playing on their version of the Rockwell Collins game link. I know my wife has threatened to skip the game tomorrow night and take in the movie without me. And she's a Star Wars fan. I was a Star Trek fan. Obviously, you can see I may have picked the wrong side of the equation here.
Yeah, you managed to find a woman. That's amazing.
This is true.
I'll tell you, Andy, you may not be aware of the deal they have here at the ballpark tonight, but for $18, you could get a ticket to the swing game against the Kernels tonight and a guaranteed ticket to the midnight showing of whatever the 6th version. I guess they're calling it the 3rd because it's the prequel.
It is episode 3, The Revenge of the Sith.
So you have a lot of Star Wars people here. They are 2 things noticeably about them. They are all in costume and they are all single. They have no women with them. And they are going to go to that midnight showing. They're guaranteed a seat. The swing also giving away 10 tickets to that movie throughout tonight's game.
The Quad City leadoff batter, Matt Lemancic, steps in. He will face Bill Edwards. Bill Edwards, I would have to say, one of the aces of the Kernels pitching staff this season. 4-1 on the season with a sparkling 2.68 earned run average.
What a surprise Bill Edwards has been. I know his parents listen to every broadcast on the internet, and as does his father-in-law when he's not flying for FedEx.
Edwards' first pitch is high for ball 1. The second pitch is fouled off over the right field grandstand roof. The count even at 1-1. And Lemancic takes this pitch up the middle. A diving stop by Casilla, but the ball squirts into center field for a base hit.
That's interesting, Andy. I wonder what Sean Rodriguez would have been able to do with that ball if he had been at shortstop. We saw him make some absolutely great plays in Dayton.
Sean always one to flash the leather on the diamond. Rodriguez, of course, with that tremendous game-saving home run catch last, Monday, May 9th.
Against Rusty Brown from Burlington.
Lemanchik on at first, draws a throw from Edwards, and that brings up shortstop Matt Shepard. Matt Shepard wearing 99, a number made famous in other sports, namely hockey, by the great one Wayne Gretzky.
Well, Shepard has been great at times against Kernel pitching. Hopefully we'll shut him down here.
On the season, 281, 1 home run, 16 runs driven in. Edwards is set, and the pitch outside for ball 1.
I think that 1 home run might have been against us, if I remember right. It seems like, as T.J. Stanton said, this is our home away from home. We have been here a number of times this year.
Strange, last year we only came here once for a 4-game series, and this year we come 8 times in the first
2 months.
First 2 months of the season. This is game 39.
Luckily for our players, this year we only make 1 trip to Clinton.
Alliant Energy Field, more affectionately known
Stadium.
Riverview Stadium. A couple of throws over to first base to keep Lemanchik from straying too far. Ball 2 is outside. And Edwards in the hole 2-0 to the number 2 batter for the swing, shortstop Matt Shepard. Lemanchik a threat to steal. He has 8 steals in 10 attempts. He draws a very close throw. Goes back in on his feet.
Andy, a little more on Bill Edwards. He has been absolutely immortal against Quad City this year. He's 2-0 with a .75 ERA in 2 starts against him.
The double play ball picked up by Sutton over to first for the double play as Matt Walston grabs it in, a 4-3 double play. And there's now 2 outs. Chris Walston, I'm sorry.
That's all right.
This is the first time I've seen him. He joined the team on an off day before heading out here to Quad Cities. And right fielder Joe Mather comes to the plate. Joe, 268, 6 home runs, 19 runs driven in.
Wally is doing a nice job over at first base with Clifton Remolay on the disabled list and Ben Johnson promoted to Rancho. I'll have to check Ben's stats, but Ben had been on a tear since joining the Quakes. He was hitting .333.
And you always are glad to see Kernel alumni do well as a fastball over the inside part of the plate for strike 1. Joe Mather, a tall, strapping lad. As strike 2 over the outside corner, and Edwards quickly ahead, 2-0.
John Rogers has things so neatly organized here. We'll see what we can find on Joe Mather. Probably not in time. Hopefully not in time.
And a swing on the inside corner, and Joe Mather down on 3 straight pitches for the swing. A hit, erased on a double play. A great play, Sutton to Walston. And nobody left as we go to the top of the 2nd inning. Kernels 1, Quad City nothing. You're listening to Kernel Baseball in the Zone.
Hi, this is Dave Town of Five Seasons Transportation and Parking. Do you ever wonder if it's safe to send your child on the bus? It is, and here's a few reasons why. All the buses in Cedar Rapids are equipped with security cameras, so the drivers always know what's happening behind them. The buses also have mobile positioning systems, or GPS, which means they can be tracked at any time by satellite. Does that surprise you? It shouldn't. Five Seasons Transportation takes safety very seriously, and we've taken many steps to make sure your child will have a safe, easy ride every time they take the bus. Even when your child isn't on the bus, Five Seasons Transportation is helping keep them safe by using pollution-free biodiesel and alcohol fuels, Iowa products that help keep the air clean. And if your child is ever in trouble, they can always flag down a bus for help. I'm Dave Town, and I like to think of the bus as a traveling safety cocoon, motoring along Cedar Rapids streets. And keep in mind, if the bus is that safe and easy for your child, maybe you should think about riding the bus to work. Affordable, convenient, and safe. That's the bus. Ride it.
Charlie Pickett here for Amdro. Now, I don't know anybody that likes ants. That's why you need to know about new Amdro Ant Block. Ant Block keeps ants out of your house, and it wipes them out where they live, outside. Just sprinkle Amdro Ant Block around the foundation of your home. You see, Ant Block's a bait. Ants take it back to the colony where they share it and die, even the queen. New Amdro Ant Block. Stop them on the outside before they come inside.
Back here at John O'Donnell Stadium, Todd Brummelkamp and Andy Pantini bringing you the action as Chris Walston steps in. He fouls the first pitch off for strike one. Chris on the season lines the ball now that is just foul as it goes into the Colonel bullpen. We'll give you a few seconds to tell you about Chris Walston.
El Capitan High School. I know that off the top of my head.
El Capitan, the hotbed of so many great baseball talent. Chris on the season, batting .222 in 6 games for the Kernels, 2 home runs. As the 0-2 pitch is coming in from Mike Parisi. Chris swings, grounds the ball to shortstop. Matt Shepard up with it and lobs the throw across the diamond to Mike Ferris. And Walston is retired 6-3. Jordan Renz is next up for the Kernels. Jordan playing right field tonight, batting .169, 2 home runs, 13 runs driven in.
Jordan, as you learned on the South Slope Triple Play Communications dugout interview, one of the heroes of last year's 2004 Pioneer League.
And he's going to be a hero here as he takes one that is going to be foul. Wow.
That was a poke, almost as good as the one that I was beginning to tell you about. Jordan hit a home run in the bottom of the 8th to propel the Provo Angels past the Billings Mustangs for the Pioneer League title last year.
There's a small catwalk that goes between the left field grandstand and the grass seating area in left field, and people on that catwalk are still looking for that ball. That was a shot, but nothing more than a long strike as Parisi buckles his knees with a curveball, and the count now 0-2 on the Colonel right fielder, Jordan Renz. Jordan rips the ball to the third baseman, Jake Mullinax. He throws across the diamond to a stretching Mike Ferris, and quickly there are 2 outs here in the Colonel half, top of the second inning. Jason Ramos is now the batter. Jason on the season, .129. No home runs, 2 runs driven in.
Andy, on our little radar check here, it looks like we may just get the tail end of some showers passing through here later on in the evening, but nothing that should threaten this ball game.
Nothing at all, as we might get a little drizzle, just enough to let the infield down.
And it may depend on who's leading in the 5th inning as to whether or not we have a rain delay.
This is true. Ramos, yeah, I know. Ramos squares the bunt and pulls back. Now he swings at a fastball in the outer part of the plate. The count now 1-2. Ramos, 21 years of age, batting left-handed tonight from St. Petersburg Junior College as the pitch misses low for ball 2.
And it's funny, he has been helping out the Kernels as their bullpen catcher. He looks exactly like his dad when he's out there.
Ball 3 is low, and now the count full to the Colonel third baseman, Jason Ramos.
Bobby Magallanes joking with him about the way that Jason looked. He throws exactly like his father, former Major League catcher and Angels roving catching instructor Bobby Ramos.
And Ramos drawing a walk, and a 2-out walk, which certainly I'm pleased to see.
Anytime we can get a Colonel on base, we'll take it. And let's see if they still have Billy Boyer. Nope, they've changed his name now. Good.
Brings up Casilla. Casilla struck out to lead off the game, although we still have Billy Boyer on the stats up there. That's fine. We know who it is. We'll tell you who it is.
Billy, we wish the best to you down at extended spring training, and hope that you rejoin the team as soon as possible.
A throw over to first base, and Ramos falls back into the base. He's not a huge lead on the season, one for two on stolen bases. The Kernels always a threat to run
with anyone, as the pitch from Parisi is low for a ball, and that draws a visit to the mound from Brady Toops.
Todd, we've got a lot of promotions as we kick off our homestand tomorrow night. The Mix 96.5 School Spirit Nights are in full swing, and we're going to kick it off with, I believe, Bowman Woods Elementary night tomorrow night at the stadium.
We'll have to double check that. Of course, game time tomorrow night is 6:30.
6:30. We're coming up on the 7 o'clock starts, but 6:30 for now is the pitch from Parisi is low, ball 3.
Andy, I'll fulfill my contractual obligations, even though I'm not under contract, to say that you can order tickets at www.kernels.com or call the ticket office, 896-7560.
And ball 4 is high, and two out walks. The Kernels now with runners on first and second, and that brings up Sean Rodriguez. Sean singled and scored in the first inning. And the Quad City pitching coach, bringing up to help me with his name here, Todd, Brian Eversgerd.
That's right, the former St. Louis Cardinal left-hander. We take a look at Kernels Cam on our home website, and there's a tarp out on the pitcher's mound and behind home plate. And for once, nothing going on at the stadium, Andy. It's been busy. John and I have been on the road.
Been an extremely busy supposed time off for the stadium. We had the Iowa Conference Baseball Tournament, won by Wartburg. They defeated, it was Central? No, Simpson.
Simpson, I think you said.
The Storm was Simpson 9-0. They lost the first game to the University of Dubuque and had to come all the way back through the ranks to win the tournament.
Well, maybe our Kernels will take a lesson from that. Losses do not necessarily mean the end of the world.
It certainly does not. And a fastball over the center of the plate from Parisi.
You're correct on Bowman Woods Elementary School night. That is tomorrow, thanks to our friends at WMT and Mix 96.5.
Bowman Woods, as Rodriguez takes the chop at a high fastball and fouls it off of home plate umpire David Warren. Bowman Woods, believe it or not, is the elementary school of my lovely wife, Lori.
She owns it?
She doesn't own it, but that's where she went to school when she was a kid.
Her alma mater.
We're not going to say how many millennia ago that was.
Ooh,
I know.
Someone's sleeping on the couch tonight. Sadly, his name's Todd.
Yes, he is. A visit to the mound from Brady Tooth. I believe he was crossed up on that last pitch as the 0-2 pitch from Parisi. High for ball 1.
And Colonel listeners may be crossed up right now, wondering where John Rogers is at. Again, if you're joining us, Todd Brownkamp, Sports Information Director for the Kernels, alongside Director of
Technology and Graphics.
I was trying to figure out which came first.
Ball high, a throw behind. Casilla at first. He's back in on a close play.
Andy Pantini.
John Rogers, after, I guess the right word might be slogging it through a 7-game road trip. This is game 8, seeing 3 games here at John O'Donnell, and then journeying to Dayton for 4 with the Dragons. Rodriguez lays off a high fastball, and the count now full. The runners will be going with 2 outs. As John says, this is the most exciting play in baseball.
I disagree with him a little bit, but John shared with me that in 10 years as our broadcaster, he has never watched a Kernels game as a fan, so we're giving him that opportunity tonight.
And he certainly needs a night off once in a while as a fastball is fouled back into the screen here.
We all do. Doug Nelson, if you're listening.
And we get those days off, I know. The full count pitch as the runners go, and Rodriguez nuts one down the third baseline. Bobby Magianis fields it on 2 hops and flips it into the stand.
No kangaroo court fine for Bobby there. We actually saw him taking some ground balls with the team in Dayton as he was pitching balls to Jason Ramos at second base. Bobby, great hands as an infielder with the Seattle Mariners, Chicago Cubs, and I believe the Houston Astros farm systems as well.
The 3-2 pitch as Parisi sets and delivers. Rodriguez fouls it off. A good at-bat here for Sean, making
Parisi, who has, I guess you could say, labored somewhat here. Two out walks as Ramos at second and Casilla at first. Definitely speed on the base paths. A ball hit to the gap with 2 outs probably will bring in 2 runs. Rodriguez asks for time and steps out. The wind blowing, I'd say, briskly from the right field corner across the diamond. Parisi is set, and here's the full count pitch as the runners break, and Rodriguez scalds one into right field, but right at right fielder Joe Mather. The Kernels make some noise in the second inning, but end up stranding 2 on a hard hit ball to right fielder Joe Mather. For the Kernels in the second inning, no runs on no hits. There were 2 runners left and no swing errors. As we go to the bottom of the second inning, the score: Kernels 1, Quad City nothing. You're listening to Kernel Baseball in the Zone.
Thank you so much for buying your car from Acme Used Autos. Goodbye now. So long. Farewell. Go away. Don't come back. Ever. Do you get the feeling that some used car dealers love you and then leave you? Well, you'd be right. A lot of them don't offer warranties, and most of them don't have a service department to fix something if it does break. Well, we're here to break that image. We're Select Auto Group, a great way to buy a pre-owned car. Boy, are we different. For one thing, we don't have salespeople. You deal directly with the owners who make the decisions. This gives you the best price right away. And at Select Auto Group, we pride ourselves on honesty and integrity. No pressure, no hijinks. Plus, we offer extended warranties up to 100,000 miles. And we have a full service department to back them up. You'll find us at 1st Avenue and 8th in Cedar Rapids and 7th Avenue and 6th in Marion. Select Auto Group, a great way to buy a pre-owned car.
The way to pocket important savings is to take advantage of Chevron Motor Oils and Lubricants from the Otson Oil Company, your local Chevron oil distributor. Chevron lubricants are made from higher quality base oils for better performance, and that means longer life for your engine. Contact the Otson Oil Company in Cedar Rapids for details on how you can save time and money with Chevron lubricants. The Otson Oil Company, serving Iowa with quality lubricants since 1933. Visit Otson Oil Company at www.otson.com.
We go to the bottom of the second inning. The Kernels leading the swing of the Quad Cities 1-0. I'm Kernels Director of Technology and Graphics, Andy Pantini, along with Todd Brummelkamp, as Jarrett Hoffpauir leads off with a first pitch single to center field. We were going to tell you a little bit about Jarrett. He is batting .347 on the season, which I believe is good for 4th in the Midwest League.
That's right. He's holding at 4th. We just faced Tony Gutierrez out in Dayton, one of the league's top hitters. And now it's Hoffpauir, who's just absolutely victimized us this year, Andy, and he continues to stay hot with that single.
Designated hitter, Deary Hammond. Hammond, according to John's notes, as he skies one foul back over the press box, playing in his 600th minor league game tonight.
Actually, that was against us a while ago, I think 2 trips in.
Okay.
He has played in over 600 games. Deary, an all-star in the Midwest League in 2001 with Beloit. He's among the league leader in home runs.
A quick snap throw over to first base into the dirt. Chris Walston doing a good job of scooping it out of the dirt. Hoffpauir, 3 steals and 4 attempts on the season. And Edwards now fit another quick throw over. And Walston snaps the tag down.
Larry, if you're listening tonight, your son looks great out there on the mound. He is comfortable as can be. He's a little concerned about that long bus ride and losing sleep and having to pitch today, but he looks fine.
A ground ball to third. Ramos over to second, and not in time, as it was a sharply hit ball. Ramos had a little trouble getting it out of second. They force out Hoffpauir at second. The play goes 5-4 for the first out of the inning as Deary Hammond reaches on a fielder's choice. That brings up catcher Brady Toops, batting .271 with 2 home runs, 6 runs driven in. Brady, born in Waukegan, Ohio, which my folks are listening. Waukegan was common stop on the long drives out to New Jersey as a curveball is over for strike one from Edwards. He currently resides up in New London, Minnesota. He's the 10th round selection of the Cardinals in last year's draft.
Out of the University of Arkansas, former Razorback, Brady Toops.
A ball off of Walston's glove, sharply hit. Nate Sutton recovers it to throw Toops out at first base. The play goes 4-3 as Walston reaches down. It was a sharply hit ball that maybe took a bad hop on him. It looks like he stopped it with his forearm on his glove hand.
Wally will be the first to admit he's not the most defensive first baseman in the world, but he did stop it, keep it in the infield, and a nice play to get that ball over to him, made by our second baseman tonight, which is Nate Sutton.
A curveball to the swing third baseman, Jake Mullinex, and I have to check and see if that could be scored as a 3-4-3 putout.
I'm not sure how that would be scored.
That'd be an interesting one. Mullinex hits the ball sharply to Casilla. He boots it, recovers in time to throw out the speedy Jake Mullinex to end the swing second inning. The swing strike for a hit. They leave a runner. No Colonel errors and one left. We go to the top of the third inning. The Colonels lead 1-0. You're listening to Colonels Baseball in the Zone.
Your Cedar Rapids and Marion Hy-Vees are proud to support one of our community's most renowned and cherished assets, the Cedar Rapids Kernels. Your Cedar Rapids and Marion Hy-Vees believe in the core values that comprise the essence of Kernel baseball: fun, wholesome, affordable entertainment for us all. As you look ahead to the many joys of summer, your Cedar Rapids and Marion Hy-Vees encourage you to visit the fabulous new Veterans Memorial Stadium. Your Cedar Rapids and Marion Hy-Vees, embracing Kernel baseball, a community treasure.
Hey, Dad, did you catch the game last night? Wow!
Oh, no, the wind was messing up my dish.
Oh, man, too bad. Maybe next time.
Hey, Dad, did you see that documentary on fire ants? Oh, fantastic stuff.
Oh, no, I had a little problem with the old dish.
Too bad. You really missed something special.
Say, Ted, remember that episode of Nip Tuck last week, the one with the doctor?
No, afraid not. I think it was raining that night or something.
Hi, Teddy.
Hi.
Hey, I saw this romantic movie the other night. It made me think of you.
Well, I meant to, but I think there was some bad weather going on.
You know, Ted, I could really see getting together once in a while, but I don't know if I want a dish relationship.
Oh, man. Want a weatherproof way to watch television? Get rid of that dish and call Mediacom to learn about our 12-month, $29.95 offers. Call today at 1-800-800-CABLE. That's 1-800-800-CABLE.
Nate Sutton leads off the top of the third inning as the Colonels lead here 1-0. Nate singled and was erased on a unassisted fielder's choice back in the first inning. Nate fouls the first pitch off from pitcher Mike Parisi up into the suites here at John O'Donnell Stadium, the recently renovated John O'Donnell Stadium.
They have 24 suites as opposed to the 12 at Veterans Memorial Stadium. Have we already run out of things to talk about?
No, not yet. Sometimes pauses are good for dramatic effect as Sutton rips a fastball back into the screen as a youngster wearing a Darth Vader mask is on the video board here at John O'Donnell as a shallow fly ball lifted into left field. It's now moving, the wind blowing it into foul territory, and Wes Swackhammer retires Sutton on a foul out to left field.
Are you sure it's a youngster?
Yes. It had the person had cotton candy.
Well, you are talking about Star Wars fans here, Andy. You never know.
I'm going to be in so much trouble when I get home. As Aaron Teal comes to the plate, Aaron takes a curveball for strike one. Aaron singles in the first inning.
None of them are listening. They're waiting in line for that movie.
That's true. The 0-1 pitch from Parisi, another curveball, and Aaron quickly in the hole, 0-2.
I kid. I was into Star Wars, too, for a while, and then I turned 6.
And a fastball high and outside for ball 1. I guess I could say was a fan. I don't think that ever is a lexicon. It's a curveball hung and is carrying out to left field. That is way back and onto the grass berm. A home run for Aaron Peel. Aaron Peel hits his 4th home run of the season, which gives the Kernels a 2-0 lead.
Happy birthday, Claudia Magianis. That's the best birthday present that Bobby's wife could get right there. A solo home run from Aaron Peel, clouded out near the flagpole on that little earthen berm, and Aaron getting a good swing on that ball. Actually, Bobby will probably tell me after the game it wasn't a good swing. He just hit the ball well. A good swing, and that ball probably would have hit the band shelter.
Parisi in that 4-pitch sequence, 3 curveballs, and the third one Aaron was waiting for us. He starts Warner Madrigal with the curveball, and boy, you hang another one, and that ball might go all the way to Wisconsin. As a fastball is low. Warner on the season, 220, 6 home runs, 15 runs driven in. Another curveball ripped sharply, and short hops the shortstop, Matt Shepard.
That'll be a hit.
Should be a hit as Warner now is on base.
I know this Quad City score like the back of my own hand.
And it is a base hit. Brings up Tommy Duenas. Tommy,
what's that Mark doing there?
What's what Mark doing there?
That's an old joke.
Oh, all right.
I know it like the back of my hand, and then I make an offhand comment about something I haven't noticed before. It was a thing. It was scored a single to the shortstop.
The 5th hit for the Kernels tonight as they lead Quad Cities 2-0. Tommy Duenas lifts a fly ball as Mike Ferris struggles to take it. He's overridden by Jarrett Hoffpauir, who makes the catch just in foul territory, and now there are 2 outs. And that brings up Wally, Chris Walston.
That's right, not former team president Wally Krause, but Chris Walston. His nickname is Wally. Reminds me of another first baseman, Wally Joyner.
Wally Absorbine Joyner.
And nickname only.
And nickname only.
He looks nothing physically like Wally Joyner, who once parked his car next to me down in spring training.
A slider swung through, and strike 1 quickly on the board for Walston. Grounded out to short back in the 2nd inning. I say back in the 2nd inning. We're in the top of the 3rd. Kernels leading 2-0 on a solo home run from Aaron Peel, his 4th home run of the season. And am I correct? Aaron has both of our RBIs tonight.
You are correct. He had a nice single to left field that plated Sean Rodriguez in the 1st inning. Aaron, we've been waiting for him to come around, and maybe this will be the game that he turns it on. He already has turned it on.
He has turned it on. A high fastball, unable for Walston to ease up on it, and strike 3. But the Kernels add a run on 2 hits as on Aaron Peel's 4th home run of the season. We go to the bottom of the 3rd. The Kernels lead the swing 2-0. You're listening to Kernel Baseball in the Zone.
What should you do with your glass bottles and jars once they're empty? Recycle them, of course. After rinsing the containers out, put the lids in your blue recycling box. Then separate your clear glass from your colored glass and place them in a separate plastic container. Set your glass beside your blue recycling box for curbside collection. City crews will empty the containers and leave your buckets at the curb. Remember to help the earth by putting glass in the recycling and not in the garbage.
For the 7th consecutive year, Toyota Financial Services is encouraging elementary students throughout our community to read this summer. Toyota Financial Services believes that inspiring children to read brings families together, fosters imagination, and enhances knowledge. The Gazette shares Toyota Financial Services' belief in the value of reading. That's why they've teamed up to recognize and reward this summer's readers for their fabulous accomplishments. Toyota Financial Services and the Gazette, proud to stand with our community's children to enrich their lives.
We've been telling you for some time that Greg's Lawn Service is a cut above the rest when it comes to caring for your lawn. However, Greg's experienced staff does so much more than lawn care. They offer complete landscape design and installation, concrete curb edging, grading, sodding, and hydro seeding. Yes, Greg's is a complete lawn care service, and they welcome the opportunity to show you why they are a cut above the rest. Give Greg's a call for more details about their wide range of services.
We go to the bottom of the third inning here at John O'Donnell Stadium. The Kernels leading the swing of the Quad Cities 2-0. I'm Andy Pantini, pitch hitting for John Rogers, who hopefully has a Pepsi and a hot dog in hand.
He is feverishly, I visited him during the last break, feverishly keeping score next door.
Mike Ferris leads things off for the swing, first baseman. He scalds one to Walston. He backhands it and flips to Bill Edwards. One pitch, one out. Can't ask for much better than that.
Boy, Ferris has been struggling. He continues to struggle. Not that there's anything wrong with that, at least against us.
That's correct. Ferris, 6 home runs and 20 runs driven in on the season. A moot point now because it brings up Wes Swackhammer, the swing left fielder.
Out of Tulane.
Out of Tulane, the Wave.
There's just as much nightlife in Davenport, Iowa as there is in New Orleans, Louisiana. I can attest to that.
And Swackhammer drives the ball deep to center field. Rodriguez takes a few steps back and puts the ball away easily for the second out. 2 pitches, 2 outs.
You can't ask for much more than that unless a guy just voluntarily doesn't want to come up to bat. It's called out.
And that brings up the always dangerous Matt Lemanchuk. He singled and was erased on a double play back in the first inning. Lemanchuk,
always a threat when he gets on the bases. John loves to tell you that he's stolen over 140 bases in his minor league career. Spent last year at High Class A Palm Beach.
And the year before was a real thorn in the Colonel's side when he was with the Peoria Chiefs. The third pitch of the inning from Bill Edwards is low for ball 1. First pitch was grounded sharply to Chris Walston for an out, and the second pitch skied to Sean Rodriguez in center. And Edwards quickly evens the count at 1 against Quad City leadoff hitter Matt Lemanchuk. Lemanchuk taps one foul as Jason Ramos picks it up and flips it to a youngster in the stands.
Hopefully we can have a 6-pitch inning here. And Lemanchuk will keep his bat on his shoulder.
Lemanchuk was a 10th round selection of the Cardinals in the June 2002 draft. As the Clyde, is that his name? The mascot is rattling the net backstop down here just to the home plate side of the swing dugout as a curveball, great curveball, just misses.
A lot of people think Clyde's a monkey. He's actually an orangutan.
And now a fastball low and away. The count now full to Matt Lemanchuk. Colonels leading here 2-0. We're in the bottom of the third inning. Colonels so far 2 runs, 5 hits. As home plate umpire David Warren turns around and casts a glare at the person running the audio. And a slow roller over to Nate Sutton, and the swinger retired in order here in the third inning. No runs, no hits, no Colonel errors. We go to the top of the fourth inning. Colonels 2, Quad Cities nothing. You're listening to Colonel Baseball in the Zone.
Knowing who you are is important. At Kirkwood Community College, we know who we are. We are accessibility. We are quality. We are opportunity. We are community. Who are you? We can help you learn. Kirkwood.edu.
Thank you so much for buying your car from Acme Used Autos. Goodbye now. So long. Farewell. Go away. Don't come back. Ever. Do you get the feeling that some used car dealers love you and then leave you? Well, you'd be right. A lot of them don't offer warranties, and most of them don't have a service department to fix something if it does break. Well, we're here to break that image. We're Select Auto Group, a great way to buy a pre-owned car. Boy, are we different. For one thing, we don't have salespeople. You deal directly with the owners who make the decisions. This gives you the best price right away. And at Select Auto Group, we pride ourselves on honesty and integrity. No pressure, no hijinks. Plus, we offer extended warranties up to 100,000 miles. And we have a full service department to back them up. You'll find us at 1st Avenue and 8th in Cedar Rapids and 7th Avenue and 6th in Marion. Select Auto Group, a great way to buy a pre-owned car.
We go to the Kernels' half of the fourth inning, the top of the fourth, and Jordan Renz leads things off. Jordan grounded out to third back in the second inning and takes a curveball for strike one. Quad City right-hander Mike Parisi.
Jordan, a big country boy.
Another curveball for strike two. Jordan, I thought, hit a home run in his at-bat last time. He hit a towering fly ball to left field that hooked foul. And a fastball now. Jordan unable to catch up with it. And he strikes out for the first out here in the fourth inning. Kernels 2, Quad City nothing. And that breaks up Jason Ramos. Jason walked back in the second inning. A 2-out walk. Good piece of hitting. Or lack of hitting. Take your pick. Good job of batting. We'll just leave it at that.
Good judgment. Something I have not often displayed in my life.
A fastball low and inside for ball one. Kernels back at Veterans Memorial Stadium tomorrow night as they open a 4-game series with the Whitecaps of West Michigan, the Detroit Tiger affiliate. As Ramos taps one to short, a big Sunday hop for Matt Shepard, and Ramos is retired. 2 outs quickly here in the Kernels' fourth inning. Kernels scored on a Aaron Peel RBI single, scoring Sean Rodriguez from second base, and Aaron Peel providing all the offense so far tonight, at least as far as the RBIs go. Homered to deep left center back in the third inning. Alexi Casilla offers that a bunt, fouls it back, and now they have his stats, right?
I ran next door and told him that's my job.
Even on the road.
Some people don't know what I do for the team.
The second pitch from Mike Parisi is high for ball one.
You're not one of them, Andy. We're always closing down vets together.
We close it down. We open it up as a ball tapped on 3 hops over to shortstop. A close play, but I thought he was safe. Base umpire Mark Evans calls him out. A slow roller to Matt Shepard and out by an eyelash.
A good time to remind you that the umpiring crew is brought to you by Anderson and Brown Eye Care.
Yeah, Anderson and Brown Eye Care. We go to the bottom of the fourth inning. Kernels are leading here 2-0. You're listening to Kernel Baseball in the Zone.
Okay, we're ready in here, and here comes the music.
If you've been thinking about getting cable television from Mediacom.
If you've been thinking about getting cable television from Mediacom.
Or high-speed internet.
Or high-speed internet.
Wait a minute. Why is she repeating everything I'm saying?
'Cause it's a double offer?
Yeah, you can get Mediacom Digital 1-Star Pack featuring movies and interactive guide music channels and more for just $29.95 a month for a whole year. And get Mediacom Online for just $29.95 a month for a whole year.
I know that, but is it really necessary to repeat it?
Hey, gotta get the point across.
Do you want me to say it again?
Why not?
Get Mediacom Digital 1-Star Pack for just $29.95 a month for a whole year. And get Mediacom Online for just $29.95 a month for a whole year.
Aha, she forgot something. You can add HBO for just $6 a month for 6 months. And the phone number, 1-877-377-CABLE.
That number again is 1-877-377-CABLE.
I'm out of here.
Must subscribe to both services. Offered for new residential subscribers only. All products may not be available.
If you haven't been to the races on Friday nights this season at Hawkeye Downs Speedway, you don't know what you are missing. New line of procedures and new cars and drivers have contributed to tremendous fast-paced racing in the first 3 weeks. So far this season, 24 feature races with 18 different winners. Come to Hawkeye Downs this Friday night for the Papa John's Cup iWireless Racing Series on All-Tour for Cat Night, featuring the Full Throttle Energy Drink Stars of Tomorrow. Come see what everyone's talking about. Racing at 7 this Friday night at Cedar Rapids Hawkeye Downs Speedway.
We go to the bottom of the fourth inning. Kernels leading Quad City 2-0, and Shortstop Matt Shepard leads it off for the swing. Shepard grounded to second back in the first inning.
Andy, let's tell the folks about Memorial Day at Veterans Memorial Stadium.
As the first pitch from Edwards is scalded down the left field line. Memorial Day will be a special day, not only on the field as the zany Berserk shows up to entertain fans, but also, Todd, one of the areas that's normally not open to the general public will be open.
That's right, the Miller Mezzanine Terrace on the first base side of Veterans Memorial Stadium. As Edwards deals a ball just outside. $23.50 will buy you a ticket to the game. All you can eat food and drink until the seventh inning. And plus, as Andy said, you'll get to see Berserk. That's on Memorial Day, May 30th at 2 p.m. So tell all your friends, meet me at the stadium for Berserk at $23.50, all you can eat, Miller Mezzanine Terrace.
Shepard grounds the ball to shortstop, taken by Alexi Casilla, and throws out Shepard easily. The Kernels now have retired 6 in a row. I was getting ahead of myself. Hopefully I'm being prophetic here. Joe Mather, the batter. Joe struck out to end the Quad City first inning.
Joe had a good game against us last Friday. He was 1 for 3 with a 3-run home run in the fourth that erased a 2-0 Colonel lead.
Mather spent most of his time last year at Peoria, just a few games with the New Jersey Cardinals. A curveball, a great pitch for strike one from Colonel right-hander Bill Edwards.
Memphis, Tennessee product. Former Memphis Tiger.
The 0-1 pitch skied.
Can of corn.
As it drifts to Casilla, he makes the play just to the right or left of second base, and quickly 2 outs. Edwards doing a good job of mixing up his pitches, has the swing batters guessing what he's going to throw. And Jarrett Hoffpauir, as we mentioned earlier, Jarrett lined the first pitch for a base hit, the second hit for the swing.
If I never hear that Dave Matthews song again in my life, I'll die a happy man, because it means Hoffpauir's coming to bat.
Hoffpauir squares to bunt, pulls it back on a great curveball called strike one. Hoffpauir, the second baseman, as time is requested. Hoffpauir 347, no home runs, 17 runs driven in as the ball is lifted to shallow center. Sean Rodriguez takes a few steps in, and the swing are retired in order again for the second inning in a row. No runs, no hits, no one left. And the most important thing so far, no Colonel errors. Through 4 complete. Colonel's lead 2-0. You're listening to Colonel Baseball in the Zone.
Here's a message from Paul C. McCoy and Company of Cedar Rapids and Sheets Forest Draper Insurance in Marion.
There to guide us, standing by us, strong in every storm.
Join the millions who save billions the annuity way. With Auto Owners Insurance, we can show you a safe and systematic way to save. Auto Owners no-load tax-deferred annuities credit high-interest earnings to your savings program. And all Auto Owners investments are of the highest quality. No junk bonds or real estate ventures. Call us today and start saving the annuity way with Auto Owners.
Auto Owners, no problem people.
See the Hensel Insurance Agency of Cedar Rapids and Freeman Insurance Agency, Iowa City. Your no-problem Auto Owners Insurance agents.
Auto Owners, no problem people.
Wildcat Golf Course is ready to show you what makes us your local golf destination. 18 challenging holes for all skill levels. We have all of the services for you to have a great golf day. Check out our driving range before you tee it up, or grab your favorite sandwich from our bar and grill. Our pro shop is loaded with top golf gear from Strixon, Titleist, and Wilson, and awesome apparel from Ashworth and Nike. Wildcat is also the home course for the Cedar Rapids Kernels. Take the 20-minute drive from Cedar Rapids to see why Wildcat Golf Course is always something unexpected.
We go to the Colonels' half of the 5th inning. The first pitch to Sean Rodriguez is low for a ball, and now a curveball misses outside. Sean quickly ahead on the count, 2-0. Rodriguez singled and scored in the first inning and lined out to the right fielder, Joe Mather, to end the Kernels' second as they were threatening. Kernels have left 5 runners so far tonight, 5 hits and 2 runs, and now a shot down the right field line. That will probably go for extra bases. Rodriguez rounds second, takes a look as Mather gets the ball back into the infield, and a leadoff double for Sean Rodriguez. Todd, if this continues, I may have to eat all my bratwurst with ketchup.
Oh, I wouldn't wish that on anyone. And if this continues, John Rogers may need to seek future employment elsewhere.
That brings up Nate Sutton. I would never dream of replacing my good friend John Rogers.
No, John's one of a kind. We would never do that to John.
Without him knowing it. Nate Sutton singled and was erased on a fielder's choice to end the Kernel first inning. He's 1 for 2 tonight, fouled out on a high fly ball to left field that the wind carried almost out of play. Wes Swackhammer made the catch in front of the swing left field bullpen mound. Kernels now with 6 hits tonight.
That's right. Now, I'll drop it in later.
A very half-hearted attempt. Not even an attempt. Parisi turns and looks Rodriguez back to second. No one covering. The only person fooled might have been a camera operator. And the 1-0 pitch on the way to Sutton. He bunts, a beautiful bunt that will be fielded and thrown out by Jake Molinak. The ball looked like it might have been spinning foul. That will be scored as a sacrifice bunt for Nate Sutton as Sean Rodriguez moves to third. A runner now on third and 1 out. And that brings up Aaron Peel. Aaron 2 for 2 tonight. A single and a home run has driven in both of our runs.
Well, he's got a chance to drive in number 3 right here.
And the swing infield is in for the play at the plate.
Aaron being shaded to left.
A fastball fouled straight back, and Mike Parisi ahead in the count, 0-1. Aaron on the season has hit his 4th home run, batting .258, driven in 13 runs. Aaron batted .216 in 62 games with the Kernels last year, hampered by a bit of an injury. I believe it was bone spurs, or...
That sounds about right.
Fastball misses outside, and the count even at 1-1.
Unlike the scoreboard in Dayton, the statistics here in Davenport do not automatically update. So Aaron's batting average does not reflect his 2 for 2 evening at the plate so far.
Aaron in Cedar Rapids last year, as he lifts a shallow fly ball to right field, it is going to drop for a base hit, and Aaron is driven in his 3rd run. He's going for second base. It will be an RBI double as the ball gets away from second baseman Jarrett Hoffpauir and was fielded by Matt Shepard. An RBI double, and Aaron Peel has driven in his 3rd run of the night, and the Kernels now lead 3-0.
I'm going to go out on a limb here and say John may have Aaron be our South Slope Triple Play dugout guest tomorrow before the show. I'm waiting for him to do one with Warner.
That'd be an interesting conversation. I'm going to leave it at that. Warner, 1 for 2 tonight. He fouled out to make the second out in the Kernel first inning and singled as Peel easily swipes third base. I don't think the swing expected that. The pitch was a strike to Warner.
I don't think anyone, including Aaron Peel, expected him to be safe at third there, but Bobby showing that he will run with anyone on the bases.
And Aaron Peel swipes his 4th base of the season in 6 attempts. And the Kernels now with another runner at third base with 1 out as the infield comes in. Warner takes the pitch low for ball 1.
I know Aaron's father, Ken, listens to our broadcast on thezone1600.com, as do a number of the family members and friends of the 2005 Kernels. We want to say hello to Aaron's family if they're listening tonight. A fly ball lifted to center field, going back as Lemanchek makes the catch on the warning track. That will score a run as Warner Madrigal drives in his 16th run on the season on a sacrifice fly, and the Kernels now in front 4-0. A deep fly ball. Matt Lemanchek looked at it, didn't immediately retreat. The wind
for some reason, seeming to carry that ball very well. And Lemanchek makes the catch 2 steps on the warning track, just to the left of the 400-foot sign in center field.
Yeah, and Warner pulled that ball, as he has a tendency to, down the left field line. That thing would have been out of here and probably further than Aaron's home run was.
Tommy Duenas is up and takes a curveball for strike 1 on the outside corner of the plate. Tommy hit a ground ball to third baseman Jake Molinax as he forced out. He lifts the ball down the left field line. That is carrying all the way back, but a nice running catch by Wes Swackhammer on the warning track just in front of the 343 sign. The Kernels strike for 2 runs here in the 5th inning on 2 hits, no one left, and no swing errors. We go to the bottom of the 5th inning. Kernels 4, Quad City nothing. You're listening to Kernel Baseball in the Zone.
A triple play, a rarity on the diamond, but produced successfully every day at South Slope Communications in North Liberty. The South Slope Communications triple play consists of voice, video, and data communications for your home or business. Achieve your communications triple play with South Slope Communications. South Slope is committed to providing the latest communications technology to their members while continuing to give service second to none. South Slope can provide your home or business with just about everything that connects you to information. Digital wireless phones, long-distance plans, data home and business wiring, video conferencing, dial-up and high-speed internet service, fiber optic installation and termination, and coming soon to all local servicing areas, digital video TV service. South Slope also rents out a beautiful community center event room in their magnificent new building in North Liberty. When you need anything in the communications field, select South Slope Communications. Visit them at southslope.com.
Looking for great tires and a great deal? Stop in now through June 4th while all Goodyear Eagles are on sale. Plus, buy 4 selected Goodyear tires and get up to a $60 mail-in rebate. Call 1-800-GOODYEAR or visit a participating Goodyear retailer for complete details. And be sure to check out the latest innovation for SUVs and light trucks, the new Forterra featuring silent armor technology. Goodyear, the official tire supplier of NASCAR. Stop in and get your Goodyears today. NASCAR is a registered trademark of the National Association for Stock Car Auto Racing Incorporated.
We head to the bottom of the 5th inning, and we'll be taking a look at our State Farm Major League Scoreboard in this inning. The State Farm Major League Scoreboard brought to you, as always, by State Farm agents Dale Thompson, Lanny Peterson, Gary Schubat, and Al Shetler. As Deary Hammond will lead it off for the swing here.
The 10th year in a row that those 4 fine men that represent State Farm have brought us the Major League Scoreboard.
And a very, very active day in Major League Baseball for a Wednesday. Usually Thursday is the day for daylight games with a fastball over the outside corner of the plate. And Edwards ahead 1-0.
I'm seeing 2 of my favorite logos here, so we'll get to this as soon as possible.
A nasty curveball that Hammond gives a half-hearted swing at. Totally fooled on that pitch. And Edwards quickly ahead in the count, 0-2. John Rogers is not... There's nothing wrong with John tonight. We gave him the night off as 3 straight pitches and a strikeout for Bill Edwards. That is his one. I'm going to do a John Rogers count here. 2-second strikeout tonight.
All right, let's take a look at this scoreboard. Andy, you'll just sort of have to work around me. I know how to work with John, but you and I seem to not get along very well at the office, so bear with me here.
We can't stand each other.
Cubs, 3-2 winners today. They scored 2 in the top of the 9th to beat the Pittsburgh Pirates on the road. Florida taking on the Dodgers. They win 8-3. Josh Beckett improves to 6-3. My Padres were winners today, 8-4 over Atlanta.
An 0-1 pitch is lined into the Quad City left field bullpen by Brady Toops. He's going for 3 and makes it in with a sliding triple. Toops stuck his bat out on a pitch that ended up rolling down into the swing bullpen right in front of the gate where the Quad City grounds crew come out. Only the 3rd hit for the swing so far this evening.
Nothing to worry about.
Nothing to worry about as
Did I give that Padres score already?
Yes, you did.
I'll give it again. Padres 8, Braves 4. Trevor Hoffman, the former Cedar Rapids Red, save number 13.
The first pitch to Molinak, a curveball, strike one.
There is a dandy going on in our nation's capital right now. It's Milwaukee and Washington scoreless in the top of the ninth inning. Esteban Loaiza working on a complete game for the Nationals.
Ball one is high as the swing making a little noise here in the bottom of the fifth inning.
San Francisco tied with Colorado 2-2 at Coors Field in the bottom of the seventh inning. Also, St. Louis on top of Philadelphia 8-3, bottom of the sixth. And Arizona on top of Houston 3-1 at Minute Maid Park. That game is in the fourth inning.
A nasty curveball from Edwards has him ahead of Quad City third baseman Jake Molinak. Molinak's grounded to third in the second inning. The 1-2 pitch on the way. Hit up the middle. A run will score as Casilla fields the ball cleanly and flips over to Walston. And that's the first run for the Swing this evening. A ground out to Alexi Casilla makes the score 4-1 Kernels.
Let's take a look at the American League and one of my other favorite logos, the parent club, Los Angeles Angels. 2-1 winners. I love seeing those small scores. 2-1. Bartolo Colon, 5-3 with a 2.67 ERA on the year now. They defeat the Indians at Jacobs Field.
And former Colonel Scott Shields picks up the save in relief.
Number 4 for Scott.
A fastball, strike one to the number 8 hitter Mike Ferris. An off-speed pitch buckles the first baseman's knees, and he's quickly behind.
Andy, the hottest team in baseball, continues to be red hot. It's the White Sox, 7-0 winners at Sox Park in Chicago. Mark Burley improves to 7-1 with a 3.33 ERA. Paul Konarko and A.J. Przinsky both homer for the White Sox.
And that makes Zone Sports Director Scott Unash ecstatic, as the Sox probably one of the biggest surprises in Major League Baseball this season. A 1-2 pitch is tapped back to the mound as Bill Edwards fields it and tags out Mike Ferris to end the Swing fifth inning. And one more score here, Todd?
Well, we'll run through these real quick. It's Oakland leading Boston 13-6. That game is over. Also, Detroit on top of Tampa Bay 6-4, bottom of the sixth. Just underway in the top of the fourth. It's tied 3-3, Kansas City and Baltimore at Kansas City. Minnesota leads Toronto 2-1 in the top of the fourth, and New York and Seattle get underway at 9:05. Let's look at your State Farm Major League scoreboard, Andy.
The Swing tally one run here on a hit, a triple into the left field corner by Brady Toops. The score 4-1 Kernels as we go to the top of the sixth inning. You are listening to Kernel Baseball in the Zone.
I live for you, I feed your cats, I fold your undies at the laundromat, unless you want me to have them dry. I get paid for that. I'll work things out, things get bad. I'll shave my soul patch before I meet your dad. I'll wear a turtleneck to strategically hide my tattoos if I can. I'm quitting the band, 'cause I'm winning your hand. I'm feeding you all my time, but this Dr. Pepper is mine, rich taste, forget it. This Dr. Pepper is mine. One taste and you get it. I'll shop with you, always be true. I'll never share my Dr. Pepper with you. Sorry. This Dr. Pepper is mine. One taste and you get it. So rich. This Dr. Pepper is mine. So refreshing taste, drink it by the case. This Dr. Pepper is mine. Isn't even a word.
Got a headache? The relief you need is speeding your way with Advil Liquid Gels. Liquid Fast.
Advil Strong.
For tough headache pain, the Liquid Fast pain relief of Advil Liquid Gels is faster and stronger than extra strength Tylenol. Liquid Fast.
Advil Strong.
Advil Liquid Gels are the only leading brand with real liquid inside. They rush relief right to where you need it. Find out what Liquid Fast pain relief can do for you. Advil Liquid Gels. Liquid Fast.
Advil Strong. Use as directed.
A little late getting back from that break, but Chris Walston singles into center field for the 8th Kernel hit of the evening, and that brings up Jordan Wren's the right fielder. A curveball didn't break as there is activity down in the Quad City bullpen.
Oh, I have the binoculars.
You have the binoculars.
We should say Walston got a hit on the first pitch he saw, so we're not slacking off too bad.
Kernels 4, Quad City 1, as Jordan Wren takes an inside fastball in his hands and pulls it off the railing of the Quad City third base dugout. Bobby Magianis picks up the ball and flips it into the stands, and the count 1-1.
You would think I had these binoculars in tune. I was checking out some of the scenery earlier. I had to refocus them here, and we've got a visual on who's warming up.
A curveball drops in for strike 2 as Jordan behind in the count, 1-2. Kernels 4, Quad City 1, and Todd will tell us who's warming up in the pen.
It's right-hander Justin Knopf. He's 1-0, no saves, 3.86 ERA.
A fastball fouled back just to the right of the press box here, and the count remains 1-2.
No activity down in the Kernel bullpen because Bill Edwards is hurling a gem tonight. He's only given up 3 hits. That'll make the folks down in Memphis awfully happy.
Parisi sets and delivers. The 1-2 pitch is swung on and fouled again, almost in the identical spot, by Colonel right fielder Jordan Wren. Jordan 0 for 2 tonight, grounded to third and struck out as the Quad City ball boy brings home plate umpire David Warren a fresh set of baseballs. One of the quirks of Old Memorial Stadium in Kansas City was a rabbit that popped up out of the ground, a mechanical rabbit, and delivered the umpire a baseballs out of a basket.
That was a Charlie Finley invention, was it not?
It was a Charlie Finley invention. Apparently they had an air pipe that would blow air onto home plate and blow the dust off, so the umpire didn't have to use his whisk broom. Jordan Wren's not making any friends in the Quad City dugout as he pulls the pitch on one hop over the railing and into the swing dugout.
Andy, the one thing that I've seen tonight so far, and we're only halfway through this game, a little more than halfway, a lot of the Kernels turning in quality at-bats tonight, and this is one of them.
Jordan Wren's fooled on an off-speed pitch and strikes out for the second time tonight.
Ignore what I just said. That was a quality at-bat.
It was a quality at-bat. Jordan fouled off several pitches, got behind quickly, but did a good job of making Parisi throw more than the minimum number of pitches as Jason Ramos, the Colonel third baseman, comes to bat. Jason walked in the second and grounded to short in the fourth. He's 0 for 1 officially tonight. A fastball looked high, called strike 1.
Andy, you do a lot of things for the Kernels as Director of Graphics and Technology. One of the things that I know you're very proud of is that Kernels website, www.kernels.com. Let's take an opportunity during this inning to tell people some of the things they can find on our website.
Well, Todd, you can find what's going to be happening at the stadium in the next homestand, prominently featured in the center of the Kernel front page. Also, you could track how we're doing here in the Quad Cities as there is a live update, an inning-by-inning update, actually, is on the line score. You can also watch the standings change. Hopefully they'll be changing quickly as the Kernels look to improve their 14-24 first-half record and try and reel in at least Peoria, maybe Beloit. Kernels off to a good start here as the runner breaks. The ball sharply hit off Mike Parisi. He recovers and will throw out Ramos at first base. The play goes 1-3. No one from the swing dugout, but Brady Toops does go out to check on his pitcher. A sharply hit ball by Ramos as Chris Walston was breaking on the play.
You would think that with Knopf warming in the bullpen that either Eversgerd or Joe Cunningham would have taken the opportunity to go inspect Parisi and possibly give Knopf a little more time to warm up. And maybe he's already warm. And Andy, let's keep telling. So you can get a lot of baseball information about the Kernels just on the very front page of the website without even clicking around.
That's correct. You also can check out what the current internet special is in the Kernels BIM Ritter online diamond shop. We're currently featuring youth and toddler sweatshirts, which in May is still a great, a good thing here. These games in May still get a little chilly as the first pitch from Parisi is fouled off by the leadoff batter, Alexi Casilla. 0 for 2 officially with a walk in the second inning. A fastball misses high for ball one.
25% off youth and toddler sweatshirts right now.
That's
only
correct.
online.
Only online, as a fastball is inside for strike two. Also, our daily specials at the game, including Bucket Cup Wednesday, the KDAT Sunday Family Fun Days, which we'll be having one of here during our next homestand, and the Mix 96.5 School Nights as a ball hit on two hops to first baseman Mike Ferris. Oh! A great effort. Casilla flying down the first baseline, dives head first. We thought he had it beat, but the play goes
3-1.
3-1 on that, and the Kernels are retired.
Ferris to Parisi.
In the sixth inning, one run, no runs on a hit, a runner left. Kernels have stranded 6 so far tonight. As we go to the bottom of the sixth inning, the Kernels are leading 4-1. You're listening to Kernel Baseball in the Zone.
Want the latest Hawkeye news? Get in the zone. Want the facts on recruiting? Want coaches' comments? Want to hear what the national media says about the Hawks? Get in the zone. All sports, all Hawkeyes. Fresh new focus on men's and women's athletics in Iowa City. It's the Zone's Hawkeye Update. Thursdays at 3:30 on the 19th hole with Scott Unash. It's presented by Welters and the University of Iowa Hawk Shop. The Hawkeye Update, only here on
The Zone, ESPN Radio.
You're in the zone.
Are you ready for a little racing? The Zone, ESPN Radio, 1600 AM, and Hawkeye Downs want to help you take the family to the races without blowing out your wallet. The last Friday of every month is now the Zone 1600 Family Night. Just click on the zone1600.com and print the special Family Night coupon. Take it to Hawkeye Downs the last Friday of the month, and 2 adults and the kids get in for just $16. 16 simoleons to see the hottest racing in town? That's freaking unbelievable. Get your valuable coupon today at the worldwide headquarters of the Zone, thezone1600.com. And we'll see you at the Zone 1600 Family Night at Hawkeye Downs, the last Friday of every month, all summer long.
Hawkeye Downs Racing.
Another killer deal from your home of Hawkeye Downs Racing on the radio. The Zone, ESPN Radio, 1600 AM.
We go to the bottom of the sixth inning. Kernels leading the Quad City swing 4-1. And starter Bill Edwards will face the number 9 batter, Wes Swackhammer. Wes flied out to center field in the third inning and fouls a pitch off to start off the sixth inning. As we're going to get ready for our Roadshow trivia question here as Todd puts his headset back on here. He'll give you the question here in a few minutes.
Corn dogs for everyone.
Corn dogs part of the press box fair here at John O'Donnell as Edwards winds and Swackhammer rips a pitch into the screen and now behind in the count 0-2. Todd, you want to
tell people how to answer the Roadshow Trivia Challenge? Why, yes, Andy, I would love to.
Okay, that wasn't quite what I was thinking of, but that works for me. Go ahead.
What were you saying? I don't want to know what you're thinking.
Swackhammer swings at strike 3. The pitch gets away from Duenas, but he quickly throws to Chris Walston, and Swackhammer retired on strikeouts. The third strikeout for Colonel starter Bill Edwards. Todd, our press box. Roadshow trivia question.
Well, go to www.kernels.com. It's over on the right-hand side of the web page, buried under the Bob Dylan, Willie Nelson concert information, as well as a release from DTI about free wireless high-speed internet at Vets. And our Kernels Roadshow Trivia Challenge question tonight is, from 1985 through 1989, this speedster stole 472 bases, more than any other player over a 5-year span. Who was that player from 1985 to 1989? And we like to give hints.
An 0-1 pitch left to the center field. Sean Rodriguez takes a half dozen steps in and makes the catch in shallow center. 2 outs. And Todd, you want to give one of those hints now, or you want to wait a minute?
Our hint will be the fact that we are playing the swing of the Quad Cities tonight, and their major league affiliate parent club is the St. Louis Cardinals. That'll be your hint. Now all you have to do is think 1985 through 1989. 2 names come to mind, but one of them is clearly a light years ahead of the other one. And that's your hint. Just think about the St. Louis Cardinals in the mid-'80s. Whitey Herzog's small ball clubs that made the World Series in 1982, 1985, and 1987.
Shortstop Matt Shepard steps in. He's 0 for 2 tonight, grounding to second and short. First pitch ripped into the screen foul, and Edwards, I'm not going to say he's on cruise control because he's not, but he is so far spinning a masterful effort through 5 2/3.
And again, just go to www.kernels.com.
A pitch ripped right down the first baseline will go for a double as just gets under the glove of Chris Walston. Jordan Renz picks up the ball and fires it in the infield. The fourth hit for the swing tonight is a 2-out double, and Shepard is 1 for 3 tonight.
Oh, we had one guess already from Director of Tickets and Group Sales, Andrea Murphy. She guessed Ozzie Smith. Ozzie Smith is not the correct answer. Keep guessing. He wasn't even one of the two players I had in mind when I was thinking of stolen bases. Ozzie, a great shortstop. The San Diego Padres never should have let him go. Andy, a little bit of Kernels trivia here. You remember who they traded Ozzie Smith for, don't you?
Probably not.
Former Kernel skipper Gary Templeton.
That's right. Tempe. I should have known that. As the first pitch by Edwards is fouled into the swing dugout by right fielder Joe Mather. Joe 0 for 2 tonight. We're in the bottom of the 6th inning. Kernels leading 4-1. The line score so far, 4 runs, 8 hits for the Kernels, 1 run, 4 hits for the Swing. Neither team has committed an error so far, knock on wood. And the 0-1 pitch is in the dirt just wide. A great stop by Tommy Duenas.
If you're emailing us, please don't email us in German. It's been a while since I've...
That's actually...
Andy knows what that is. I'm kidding.
It's a minor problem we've had. It's been taken care of by our spam blocking service that does a great job of keeping all the nasty little things out of our email boxes every day. The 1-1 pitch and off speed. And Mather swings right through it. Edwards ahead on the count, 1-2.
I should say Ich spreche Deutsch if you do want to email us the answer in German. But no habla español.
Kernels 4, Swing 1. We're in the bottom of the 6th inning. The 1-2 pitch on the way, a swing and a foul tip.
Andy, I bet you never expected to have a multicultural broadcast tonight, did you?
I'm all for it.
That's www.kernels.com, the Roadshow Trivia Challenge. 1985 to 1989, this speedster stole 472 bases. I'll do it in my John Rogers voice. 472 bases, more than any other player over a 5-year span. Andy, quit laughing. Who was that player? By the way, that's an average of 94 steals a season. You will never, ever see that number eclipsed again.
Back in the era where teams didn't sit back and wait for the long ball, the 1-2 pitch just misses on the outside corner of the plate, a 91-mile-an-hour fastball.
John is a huge Cardinals fan. He has a DVD full of highlights from those 3 World Series appearances. This player played on 2 of those teams, by the way. And it's amazing how small all those players were.
A pitch ripped into left field. It is going to go off the wall, and the Swing will score their second run. The throw coming into second base, and Joe Mather, an RBI double. And the Kernels now lead 4-2. A pitch up for the Swing right fielder. He turns on it and one-hops the wall in left center field. Aaron Peel did a great job and fired to second base. I thought there for a minute they might have him. But an RBI double, and the ever-dangerous Jarrett Hoffpauir comes to the plate. First pitch from Edwards. Low and away for ball 1. Still no activity in the Kernel bullpen.
I'll show you ever-dangerous.
The 1-0 pitch on the way from righty Bill Edwards. A wild pitch. Edwards, I think, overthrowing here just a little bit. I'd like to see Tommy take a little stroll to the mound. The wild pitch now moves Mather to third. All of this taking place with 2 outs, a 2-out double just under the outstretched glove of Chris Walston, and then a double to left center over the head of Aaron Peel by Joe Mather, plating Matt Shepard. The 5th hit for the Swing tonight. A pitch lifted to right field. Warner
Canicorn
ends up booting it. He lost it in the lights. The lights here at Quad City are very low. The ball got above the ring of the lights, and it's not Warner Madrigal, Jordan Renz. The play ruled a double.
Well, that's a little home cooking right there, because that probably should be an error, and that's going to affect earned runs. I hate the way that some places score baseball games, but that was very... Andy, what do you think? Error?
I would be inclined to say it was an error, just simply not so much to protect my pitcher, but the ball was looked to me like a fairly routine ball. Jordan Renz, I don't think, picked the ball up off the bat. The ball got above the light ring, and the sky is still not completely dark yet. And now an RBI double for Jarrett Hoffpauir, and the Kernel lead now has been cut to 4-3. A strike one call to designated hitter Deary Hammond.
Well, we've had a couple more guesses come in on the Kernel Roadshow Trivia Challenge. One from Bill's father-in-law, Mike Hazelwood. Mike guessed Willie McGee, which has me grinning like a little schoolgirl because he was one of my two players I was thinking of, but he's not the one that did it, Mike. And Mike's probably on the edge of his seat listening to his son-in-law try to work out of this jam.
A fastball ripped back to the screen. The count now 1-2. 2 outs here. All this happening with 2 outs.
Do not despair, Andy.
I'm not despairing. There's no despair in my voice. A sharply hit ball gets under the glove of Walston for a double. A double off the left field wall plates Shepard, and a bloop double as Deary slaps at a 91-mile-an-hour Edwards fastball and pokes it down into the right field picnic area here at John O'Donnell.
Our second guess comes to us from our boss, Colonel General Manager Jack Rader. Jack's way off base. He guesses Bake McBride.
Nope.
A little Bake was with the Cardinals a little before this time frame, 1985 to 89. I could look his stats up, but I'm trying to recall my baseball cards in my head. I believe Bake was there in the late 70s and early 80s. John would know for sure.
A fastball and a swing and a miss by Deary Hammond. He strikes out for the second time. However, the swing tally for 2 runs on 3 hits. They leave a runner stranded. As we go to the top of the 7th inning, Kernels 4, Quad Cities 3. You're listening to Kernel Baseball in the Zone.
When we were children, we were taught to save for a rainy day, but what if it rains harder than you expected? Tanya Sedlock, your professional Pekin insurance agent at Weidenhammer Andrews Agency, understands about the storms that life can bring. Whether you need auto, home, business, life, or health insurance, Tanya will review the coverages you need for your life and the lives of the ones you care about most. Help the sun shine on your life with a visit to your hometown Pekin insurance professional, Tanya Sedlock, at Weidenhammer Andrews Agency.
I'm Dave Shea. For 35 years, I was news anchor for Channel 2. Now, with gas prices at $2 a gallon, check out Randy Kill Honda and save with great fuel mileage on all Hondas in stock. The safest family sedan, the Honda Accord, will definitely save the family pocketbook with 34 miles to the gallon. Get even better mileage with a compact Civic, getting you there at 38 miles to the gallon. Or check the amazing fuel mileage of the Honda Civic Hybrid, 48 miles to the gallon, and that's in city driving. Randy Kill Honda has a large selection of pre-owned Hondas, too, all with exceptional fuel mileage. Check them out at www.randykiel.com. Also, Randy Kiel offers a 7-year, 100,000-mile confidence guarantee on new vehicles. You can take my word for it, but you may also want to talk with other Honda owners. They're people you know, your friends, your neighbors, maybe even your relatives. I'm saving on gas prices by driving my Honda, and you can too. See Randy Kiel Honda on Center Point Road Northeast.
The Quad City Swing go to their bullpen to begin the 7th inning, and Justin Knopf, a right-handed pitcher, takes the hill for the Swing. Todd, his stats so far this season?
Well, so far this season, he has, well, it looks like John may have just written down his stats against us. We'll go with 2 2/3 innings, no runs, 2 hits, 6 strikeouts, and 1 walk. We'll try to locate the rest of Justin's stats. So that may be all he's done. He's probably a late season addition for the swing of the Quad Cities, but he's no stranger to the Midwest League. He spent last season where we just came from, Andy, in Dayton. Split time between Dayton and Billings. He was 1-1 with a 2.08 ERA in 5 games with the Dragons a year ago.
Sean Rodriguez will be the first batter to face Knopf tonight. Is it Knopf or Knopf?
I believe it's Knopf. John always says Knopf, but
147. 1,000.
Justin is 1-0 with a 3.86 ERA, and this will be his 15th appearance, all out of the bullpen. He's thrown 18 and 2/3 innings, allowed 13 hits, 9 runs, 8 of them earned. 2 home runs, has not hit a batter, has walked 13, struck out 23, and opponents are hitting just 194 off of Justin, a Rule 5 draft pick of the Cardinals from the Cincinnati Reds.
And Sean Rodriguez ahead in the count 2-1, a low fastball, and Sean not happy with the call. The count even at 2-2. The line on starter Parisi, 6 innings pitched, 8 hits, 4 strikeouts, 2 walks. He gave up 4 runs, and they're all earned as a high fly ball lifted to left field. Shortstop Matt Shepard calling off the left fielder, and he makes the catch in shallow left field, 1 away, here in the Kernels' 7th inning. That brings up Nate Sutton. Sutton is 1 for 3 tonight.
Okay, now John is going to be frustrated because, A, we've had a ton of people email us guesses for the Roadshow Trivia Challenge. Now that none of them have been right yet, but John will be very frustrated, A, because he thinks no one listens to the broadcast, which is wrong, and B, because he's a Cardinal fan, and would just drive him nuts that people do not know this. We've had 3 or 4 people guess Willie McGee. That is incorrect. We've had a Ricky Henderson guess. Ricky Henderson never played for the Cardinals, although it seems in latter years Ricky suited up for just about anyone that would
Final pitching line for Parisi.
give him some money.
6 innings pitched, 8 hits, 4 runs, 4 earned, 2 walks.
Nate Sutton swings at a high fastball and is behind, leaving the count 1-2 to Justin Knopf. And when I saw the question, I forgot who we were talking about. My answer would have been Ron LaFleur.
The former Clinton, I believe they were the Pilots when Ron LaFleur played for them. But
a curveball in the dirt that Brady Toops corrals and falls out in front of home plate. The count even. 2-2. Think Cardinals.
Ron LaFleur was never a Cardinal. He played for the Tigers and the Expos. But that wasn't on the card, so Andy has every right to think that, even though Ron LaFleur was long retired by 1989. That's a subtle jab at you.
Yeah, that jab away. I'll be your punching bag tonight. The 2-2 pitch fouled back into the screen as Sutton stays alive. Kernels 4, swing 3. The swing scored 2 runs on 3 doubles, 3 2-out doubles off of Colonel starter Bill Edwards. No activity in the bullpen, so we can expect to see Bill out to do the bottom of the 7th inning. And they called strike 3 on a pitch that looked very inside. Sutton stands at home plate and slowly walks back to the dugout, and that brings up Aaron Peel. Aaron has 3/4 of the cycle tonight, Todd. A home run, a single, and a double, only needing the triple. He's driven in 3 of the 4 Kernel runs tonight.
Well, the triple is the hardest part of the cycle to get to, Andy.
That is correct.
Especially for me.
Ball 1 misses outside. The swing outfield playing Aaron Peel pretty much straight away. They're giving him both lines as he rips a pitch back into the screen. The count even at 1-1.
Of course, I had a hard enough time legging out a single, let alone a double or triple, and never had the power to put it over the fence. Although one time in Pony League, and we won't go down that road, we do have a correct answer. We'll get to it in a second.
Aaron fouls another pitch into the screen, and the count 1-2. And Todd, who won our Roadshow trivia question tonight?
Dick Dirks emailed the correct answer. I'm going to go out on a limb and guess that his wife Pam guessed first. She guessed Willie McGee. Dick guessed correctly. Vince Coleman. An average of 94 steals per season. From 1985 to 1989, he stole 472 bases, more than any other player over a 5-year span. That was, by the way, one more stolen base than Ricky Henderson, or as John wrote on the card, Ricky Anderson.
A pitch grounded under the glove of third baseman Jake Molinak. Peel legging it for second. It will probably, well, the way the things have been going, it's been a base hit, but I'd be inclined to say it'll be a two-base error. That would be my first thing, as Molinak tried to backhand the ball scooting under his glove. We'll wait for the official ruling here, but
Yes, C5, that's because we're in the Quad Cities. I guarantee you, if the shoe was on the other foot, that would be a double.
And that will be all for Justin Knopf, as Joe Cunningham makes the journey to the mound, and we have another reliever coming in. Todd will get the details on him shortly. We're going to talk about the Kernels homestand coming up. Part of that homestand will be our third noon game of the season, sponsored by 104.5 KDAT. You can get $1 hot dogs all afternoon. Enjoy the
hot dogs.
Hot dogs are great. Enjoy the wireless internet provided by DTI. So if you're sneaking away from the office, take your laptop with you. The Kernels offer a secure network environment that allows you to check your email, check up on Major League scoreboards. Although it's a travel day tomorrow, you might not find too many games on that are being played. But certainly it will be a good time at the ballpark, as we expect a large crowd. In fact, it was announced today in our sales meeting that we had topped 3,200 tickets sold so far for that game. So,
which game?
For our game on Friday. So we're looking for at least our biggest crowd of the season so far.
Well, that is impressive.
As we see number 18,
Jamie Torres,
taking the hill for the swing. The right-hander completing his warm-up pitches, as Todd will look up his stats. We're going to talk about Sunday. Sunday is also KDAT. Sunday Family Fun Day. You can get a $9.75 ticket. That's a plaza seat. That also includes a hot dog, a popcorn, a bottle of soda or water, and a or a draft beer, depending on your choice and your age. And also a coupon for a free Kernels souvenir game day program, or an opportunity to play one of the fun inflatable Kernel games down in the Kernel Kids Zone.
How much is that, Andy?
$9.75, and
that's a bargain.
All the fun you can have. It's a savings of $5.50 off regular prices.
And you can use that $5.50 for more of our great food at the ballpark, or I'll tell you what, just shove it in your back pocket and pocket the savings. That's why we have those terrific KDAT family fun nights at the ballpark on Sundays.
Jamie Torres taking the hill. The right-hander is completing his warm-up tosses, and Todd, the line on Torres so far this season.
Well, he has no record, Andy. He'll make his 16th appearance tonight. He's got a sparkling 2.29 ERA, 2 saves for the swing, 19 and 2/3 innings pitched. He's given up 20 hits, 6 runs, only 5 of them earned, 1 home run. He's hit 2 batters. He's walked just 4 people and struck out 21, but opponents are hitting a solid 253 off him.
We'll have to wait and see what the final line is on Justin Knopf. It will be 2/3 of an inning. He didn't allow a hit, although an error as a curveball by the designated hitter, Warner Madrigal, is a called strike. Warner on the evening, 1 for 3. Fouled out in the first inning, a single in the third, and flew out to deep center in the 5th. 0-1 pitch on the way from Torres. Low in the dirt, ball 1.
Everyone's read the scouting report on Warner. All his pitches down in the dirt. He's doing a good job of laying off them. This team, Andy, despite its 14-24 record, is getting better by the day.
They are. A pitch fouled off back to the screen. Warner chasing looked like a hanging curveball or slider.
Most likely a slider. He gets a steady diet of those in the dirt. If that was his steady diet, he would be shedding pounds quickly.
Warner on
struggles.
As do most young players, trying to hit the curveball and off-speed pitches.
The yellow hammer.
As John's favorite.
Uncle Charlie.
As Toop sets up on the outside corner of the plate, I would expect a fastball, and it's a fastball high. The ball glances out of Toop's glove. Aaron Peel scampers back to second base, but the ball barely getting away from the dirt ring behind home plate.
Andy Torres has made 2 appearances against us, April 28th and April 30th. He's pitched a combined 3 innings against the Kernels. He's allowed 3 hits. He's struck out 1 and walked 1.
The second strong bolt of lightning just to the north here. I would assume maybe that's far away. Not hearing any thunder. The pitch is lifted to center field as Matt Lemanchek retreats over. He will make the catch. No, he won't make the catch. The right fielder, Joe Mather, makes the catch. The ball tailing away from the center fielder. The Kernels go, not in order in the 7th inning. We're going to go to the 7th inning stretch time here at John O'Donnell Stadium. The Kernels leave a runner. There was 1 Quad City error. We go to the bottom of the 7th inning. Kernels 4, Quad City 3. You're listening to Kernel Baseball in the Zone.
Okay, we're ready in here. And here comes the music.
If you've been thinking about getting cable television from Mediacom.
If you've been thinking about getting cable television from Mediacom.
Or high-speed internet.
Or high-speed internet.
Wait a minute. Why is she repeating everything I'm saying?
'Cause it's a double offer?
Yeah, you can get Mediacom's digital 1-star pack featuring movies and interactive guide music channels and more for just $29.95 a month for a whole year. And get Mediacom online for just $29.95 a month for a whole year.
I know that, but is it really necessary to repeat it?
Hey, gotta get the point across.
Do you want me to say it again?
Why not?
Get Mediacom's digital 1-star pack for just $29.95 a month for a whole year. And get Mediacom online for just $29.95 a month for a whole year.
Aha, she forgot something. You can add HBO for just $6 a month for 6 months. And the phone number, 1-877-377-CABLE.
That number again is 1-877-377-CABLE.
I'm out of here.
Must subscribe to both services. Offer for new residential subscribers only. All products may not be available.
Everyone wants their print and copy needs to be done right and to be done on time. Copyworks will meet those expectations. Copyworks will see to it that your work is of the highest quality. They'll do that by consulting with you at your place of work. Copyworks stands behind their work for you. It will be done right and it will be done on time. You can count on Copyworks to come through for you. When it's important to you, Copyworks lets your work shine through.
Copyworks, Copyworks.
We go to the bottom of the 7th inning here. The Kernels leading the swing of the Quad Cities 4-3, trying to pick up their second win on this, what could probably be called a brutal 8-game road trip. It certainly is good to come back home and ending up this trip with a win as the Kernels spent the night in the Quad Cities after a long bus ride.
Let's put it this way. I'm the one that had to share the hotel room with John Rogers on this trip, and brutal is one of the many, many adjectives that I could use to describe it.
Brady Toops leads off the inning as he will tap one to short. The ball takes a funny hop and will probably be ruled an infield single. Ramos was ranging to his left, and I don't know if he affected the view of Alexi Casilla or not.
I would say that's exactly what happened. He sort of ran interference or screened, to use a basketball term, Casilla's view of the ball. And Andy, this is how bad innings get started for the Kernels. We saw it in Dayton. We saw it before we left for Dayton as T.J. Stanton begins to warm up in the Kernels bullpen. If T.J. entered the game tonight, it would be his 3rd appearance in 4 days for the Kernels.
Brady Toops 2 for 3 tonight. He doubled and scored back in the swing 5th inning. Molinax 0 for 2 with an RBI. He grounded to short back in the 5th, which scored Brady Toops. Actually, he tripled. I take that back. A pitch out. And no action over there by Toops.
Bobby Magianis acting on a hunch. We saw him nail a runner by 2 feet with one of his hunches at Dayton. They're usually more of an educated guess, I should say, not to take anything away from Bobby. He, more than I, knows what he's doing.
Molinax squares to bunt, and he pushes one foul. A good job by Walston, waiting for the ball to spin out of the grass and onto the dirt base path here at John O'Donnell. Not much room between the foul line and the grass infield, like most parks these days. Another bolt of lightning. We've checked the radar, and these storms are to the north of the Quad Cities area, so we expect to be able to play this game in its entirety as Edwards comes set, and another throw over to first as Toops back in, standing up.
Up by my ancestral home of DeWitt, just to the north here in Clinton County. It looks like they're probably getting some rain. But Davenport, so far, so good.
A good pitch by Edwards. Molinak squared the bunt and pulled back at the last second. The pitch ruled a ball. He's ahead in the count, 2-1. Kernels 4, Quad City 3. We're in the bottom of the 7th inning. A runner on first. That's Brady Toops on an infield single to short. As a quick throw over and Toops back in standing up.
I would love to get some rain right now because I would love to see how they handle things in a rain delay with the Kernels leading 4-3. If the shoe were on the other foot, we learned last week how that would turn out. We'd see how long we would wait tonight.
A double play ball as Casilla grabs it, steps on second base, and flips to Walston. A 6-3 tailor-made double play, the pitcher's best friend, as Jake Molnax grounds into a double play.
Well, Bill Edwards, this may be, and I would have to look up the numbers on this. Of course, that's my job, and I don't have the numbers in front of me. This may be the longest outing by a Kernel starter in quite some time.
Bill Edwards making a minimal number of pitches. I don't have the exact pitch count. As a strike called to the number 8 hitter for the swing, Mike Ferris, 0 for 2 tonight. Grounded to first, and a capper back to Edwards as he walked over and tagged the swing first baseman out. Ferris, 6'2", 220 from the University of Miami of Ohio.
John is obsessed with that fact.
A ball lifted into left center, carrying well, but Aaron Peel is under it and makes the catch, and the Swinger retired here in the 7th inning. No runs, a hit. That hit erased on a double play by Alexi Casilla, and no one left. We are through 7 complete here at John O'Donnell Stadium. Kernels 4, Quad City 3. You're listening to Kernel Baseball in the Zone.
This Around the House Quick Tip is brought to you by Menards.
Just like the family car, a lawnmower needs regular maintenance. Change the oil, spark plug, and air filter on a regular basis, and your mower will run its best. It's also important to keep your mower blade sharp. A dull blade will damage grass and leave it more susceptible to disease. An hour of maintenance in May will prevent a day of repair in July and keep your lawn looking its best. For Around the House, I'm Chris Larson.
Save big on mowers and other lawn equipment now during Menards' Race to Savings sale. A 22-inch MTD gas lawnmower is just $109. A self-propelled model, only $198. Plus, save big on a great selection of trimmers. A Black & Decker cordless hedge trimmer is only $64.99 after rebate. And while you're shopping, enter for your chance to win a Pontiac G6. Service, quality, savings. Menards.
Save big money at Menards. Business for the 21st century with Advanced Systems.
For nearly 50 years, Advanced Systems has been providing office technology solutions. Whether you're looking for a simple multifunctional system or a complex software program, Advanced Systems is your solutions provider. We're continuing to build upon our tradition of providing outstanding service to each and every client.
Business for the 21st century with Advanced Systems.
We go to the top of the 8th inning here at John O'Donnell Stadium as the lightning continues to flash far to the north of the Quad City areas. Reliever Jamie Torres will face the number 6, 7, and 8 batters for the Kernels. That will be Tommy Duenas, Chris Walston, and Jordan Wren. Duenas 0 for 3 tonight. A fielder's choice popped up to, or fouled out to the second baseman, and fly ball to left field. Duenas a stellar job behind the plate.
Now warming in the Quad City bullpen.
As we've been told that one of the names I like very much on this Quad City team, Kevin Ool. O-O-L.
We do not want to see him because Kevin Ool vultures wins, and he would be in a position to do so if the Swing scored a couple runs with him on the mound.
An 0-1 pitch, a called strike by David Warren, and Tommy Duenas steps out of the box and adjusts his batting gloves.
But at the moment, Ool is merely warming in the bullpen, and Torres remains on the mound.
Torres working from the windup. The 0-2 pitch on the way to Duenas, and a fastball just a bit outside as the ball rolls to the backstop.
I'm the only one allowed to do Bob Uecker impersonations in this booth. I don't know if John told you that or not.
Yeah. John Rogers is here in the Quad Cities. We didn't ship him home via UPS.
That's the plan. I'll have to think of that next time. He is a sound sleeper.
1-2 pitch.
I bet you I could pull it off.
Inside, and the count even to Tommy Duenas at 2 balls and 2 strikes.
We could ship him FedEx, then he'd meet Bill's father-in-law. He was a FedEx commercial pilot out of Memphis, Tennessee.
The 2-2 pitch on the way, a curveball inside, and looked like it hit him, but
Tomas will continue to bat.
Tomas, as he's called by the minor league stat service.
Oh, Andy.
Known to Tommy, to all the Colonel fans. The full count pitch is hit sharply to the third baseman. Molinex, he drops the ball but picks it up in time to throw out Duenas by a step. The play going 5-3, and there's 1 out in the 8th inning. That brings up Chris Walston. Walston 1 for 3 tonight. Singled in the 6th inning on the first pitch he saw from then.
That's a flash of lightning over above and beyond the Centennial Bridge. Another one of John's favorite things to comment about here in the Quad Cities.
First pitch is outside for ball 1.
Sound like a herd of elephants out in the hallway, but no activity in our door as Stanton continues to warm. I think we may have seen the last of Bill Edwards tonight.
A cut fastball, swing and a miss by Walston. The count even at 1-1. Kernels will open a series with the Whitecaps tomorrow as Walston follows them back into the screen going into tonight's action. And apparently we're the only action in the Midwest League tonight. Is that correct?
That's right, because tonight was supposed to be an off night for us, but we agreed over the winter to play this game tonight. The Swing value so dearly their discounted beverage nights as a bolt of lightning flashes right in deep center field. So we agreed to move our ball game to tonight, and we took an off day last Monday.
Walston swings through a curveball and quickly 2 out here in the Colonel's 8th inning. That brings up Jordan Renz 0 for 3 with 2 strikeouts.
And that tells you a lot about Bobby Magallanes, because tonight is his wife Claudia's birthday, and he knew that over the winter and acquiesced, said, yes, we will play this game. We arrived in town from Dayton. Quad Cities footed our hotel bill at the Holiday Inn on Brady Street last night. We got in around 6:30 this morning. We're able to stay until 4 o'clock, got a late checkout, came down here to the ballpark and worked on some fundamentals.
2 cut fastballs to Jordan Renz, and he's behind on the count 0-2.
We would say happy birthday to Claudia Magallanes, except for one minor detail. She can't hear us because she's sitting in about the 3rd or 4th row with their daughter, Paulina, at the ball game tonight.
A fastball misses high. The count to Renz 1-2. Colonel's leading here in the top of the 8th inning, 4-3. The line so far, 4 runs, 8 hits, no errors for the Colonels. 3 runs, 7 hits, an error for the Swing. A check swing.
No.
And Renz held up. The count even at 2-2 as they appeal to base umpire Mark Evans.
Second life for Jordan Renz. We'll see what he can do with it. They're actually about 8 rows up, just to the right of home plate. Happy birthday, Claudia.
Jordan hit a loud foul ball back in the 2nd inning, just missing a home run as ball 3 is high.
Beautiful night here on the banks of the Mississippi River in Davenport, Iowa. Our last trip here until July, the second half of the Midwest League season, although we've made several. I believe this is our 8th trip to the Quad Cities.
That's correct. 8 games out of 38 so far. The full count pitch on the way. Inside ball 4, 2-out walk to the Colonel number 8 batter, Jordan Renz. That brings up Ramos, playing third base tonight. Officially 0 for 2 with a walk as Brady Toops will take a stroll to the mound. And that's
I'm sure we're going to see Uhl here, and this is just a looming specter for the Colonels. No official visit from the dugout.
Joe Cunningham was perched on the dugout steps, but now he retreats back into the Swing third base dugout. They're going to wait out there until David Warren comes to break up the mound. Ooh, 7-0 on the season.
No starts, 17 relief appearances. You see why I say this guy is a vulture and a bad omen. Wherever he goes, wins tend to follow in non-win situations.
Jason Ramos 0 for 2. Batting left-handed, takes the ball low.
Andy, I feel there's something that we're neglecting to talk about with the Kernels, although we've pretty much covered all the bases.
We can talk about the upcoming youth baseball camps. As ball two, this was outside, makes Seth Dorn very happy.
Dorn would love that.
The Kernels will be hosting 2 baseball camps. The first one coming up in about a month for youngsters aged 7 to 10. The camps are $95 as Renz draws a throw over at first base. The second camp is in late June. I believe June 25th is when it starts. Both camps are that's for ages 11 through 14. It's an excellent opportunity for your youngster to learn and hone their baseball skills from Colonel Manager Bobby Magianis, the Colonel coaching staff, and Colonel players. Camps run from 9 to noon each day, and a ballpark-style lunch, part of the deal every day. 2-1 pitch to Ramos. He lets the ball into center field. Matt Lemanchik has it measured. He hauls it in, and the Kernels go in the 8th inning. No runs, no hits. The Kernels strand 1. That's 8 so far tonight. We've played 7.5 as we go to the bottom of the 8th inning. Kernels 4, Quad City Swing 3. You're listening to Colonel Baseball in the Zone.
Traveling today can be somewhat hectic, even downright confusing at times. Why not let Tri-State Travel take all that frustration out of your travel plans? Whether you want to experience a cruise, enjoy a weekend getaway in Las Vegas, or just need to make airline, rental car, or hotel reservations, Tri-State Travel's Westdale Mall office can help. Our experienced staff can lower your travel stress levels so you can get more enjoyment out of your journey. Stop by Tri-State Travel's Westdale Mall office today and get ready to travel worry-free.
When we met, it's forget we would never forget Zio Giano's. Now it's where mi amore and I dine in. We carry out the lunch and the dinner all the time for lasagna, ravioli, mandacati, cannelloni, tortellini, or try their delicious salads and sub sandwiches too. Zio Giano's is the hometown taste of Italy. For your next meal with friends and a family, remember Zio Giano's with 5 convenient locations for the pasta that makes you sing.
Well, I'll tell you, there was nothing like seeing Touchdown Jesus looking down on the stadium, right?
You know, walking through the tunnel in the Coliseum is something you never forget playing for USC, especially against a team like
the roar of the crowd when you enter the horseshoe for the first time is something I'll never forget.
Mike Golick,
Sean Salisbury,
Kirk Street,
defensive end,
quarterback,
Notre Dame, class of 85,
Southern Cal, 1986,
Ohio State, 1992.
Now, they're all on our team. The College Football Experience on ESPN Radio.
We go to the bottom of the 8th inning as Bill Edwards set to begin his 8th inning of work. He will face the number 9 batter for the Swing. Let me get that right here. Left fielder Wes Swackhammer, as he lines the first pitch into the left field bleachers here at John O'Donnell. Kernels leading 4-3. We're in the 8th inning. Swackhammer 0 for 2 tonight. Flied out to center and struck out. The 0-1 pitch from Edwards called low, ball 1. Kernels trying to snap a 5-game losing streak. As the 1-1 pitch to Swackhammer is outside for ball 2. Colonel broadcaster John Rogers is in press row tonight here at John O'Donnell Stadium, taking the night off. Todd Brummelkamp and Andy Pantini here from John O'Donnell Stadium. Todd is back.
I may as well not be here.
Pitch lefted deep to left field, and it is a home run. A home run by the Colonel number 9 batter, or by the Swing number 9 batter. Wes Swackhammer ties the game at 4.
Andy, that's just his second home run of the year, and both of them have come off Colonel pitching. Bill Edwards out on the mound with his hands on his hips. He can't believe it. He is now facing a no decision here. Should he leave the game now? Stanton should be warm by now, although there's no activity down in the bullpen. Poor Bill Edwards. He has pitched a terrific game tonight for the Kernels.
Stillman now warming in the Quad City bullpen.
Quad City closer Kevin Stillman, a Kernel nemesis, one of many on this swing ball club, begins to warm up in their bullpen.
And that brings up leadoff batter Matt Lemanchek. 1 for 3 tonight. It's not over yet. The count now 0-2 yet. It's just the way the trip, the road trip has gone, and so far this season, it's contagious. Just as winning is contagious, and teams find ways to win. Sometimes losing can be contagious, and teams find way to lose ball games through no fault of their own. It's just something that you've got to get the thought culture turned around and get the Kernels believing that they can win games.
Well, I thought we had that turned around. They were in a great mood today on our Tri-State Motor Coach trip here from the north edge of town. I have to overcome my own tendency to look at the negative.
A 2-1 pitch just misses. The count 3-1 to the swing leadoff batter, center fielder Matt Lemanchek, as time is called. The game now tied as the Swing have tied it on a solo home run by number 9 batter Wes Swackhammer. And Edwards misses low for ball 4. Now the lead run is at first base. And Colonel pitching coach Kerwin Rowan will stroll to the mound to have a little chat with Edwards, try and get him settled down.
Did you say Kerwin Rowan?
I don't know what I said. I think I said Kernan Ronan.
Well, there you go. Kerwin Rowan sounds like either a British comedian. Now, that would be Rowan Atkinson, or maybe some paint. No, that's Sherman Williams.
Regardless, the Colonel pitching coach out to the mound with a 3-person meeting between...
Andy, I've tried to make you smile all night long.
I have been.
Well, you've been laughing at me, not with me. If everyone understood my sense of humor, I would be a millionaire. I wouldn't be where I'm at right now. Let's put it that way.
Nobody out here, and shortstop Matt Shepard comes to the plate. He's 1 for 3, doubled and scored back in the Swing 2-run 6th inning. A 2-out double. And Lemanchek draws a throw from Bill Edwards.
I would have to say that Bill got his confidence boosted by that visit. He saw that it was Kernan and not Bobby Magianis.
The first pitch, a bunt, a sacrifice bunt as Nate Sutton covers the base. The play goes 1-4, and Lemanchek moves to second. 1 out and a runner on second. That brings up the number 3 hitter, Joe Mather. Joe 1 for 3 with an RBI. He doubled off the left center field wall back in the 6th inning.
Andy, it's time for our Colonel Did You Know question. Did you know that the last starter to go 15 innings in a game was Gaylord Perry? Perry did it as an Indian on April 17th, 1974. Versus the Milwaukee Brewers. It seems semi-appropriate with Bill Edwards making the longest starting appearance by a Colonel this year. Gaylord Perry against the Brewers, 15 innings, 4 runs, 8 hits, 14 strikeouts, and 4 walks. Interestingly enough, in 15 innings, he did not factor in the decision.
Fastball called strike at the knees, and the count even on the number 3 batter, Joe Mather.
And that is our Colonel Did You Know question. Did you know that, Andy?
I did not know that.
Did you care to know that, Andy?
I always care to know things. Not particularly that particular thing, but I do care to know things. And Gaylord Perry, the eternal, what's the word I'm looking for? Scallywag, I guess I'm going to say, because accused for many years of doctoring the ball.
I don't think he ever denied it. He never admitted it, but he never denied it.
A 2-1 pitch, a called strike, and the count even to the swing number 3 batter, Joe Mather. Kernels 4, swing 4. We're in the bottom of the 8th inning. Kernels trying to break this ever-present funk we've been in so far. The fastball just misses. The plate seeming to get a little smaller.
Go figure.
The later into the game we get here as a full count offering now to Joe Mather from Bill Edwards. Edwards, I'd have to say a stellar performance tonight. I can't think of any other word. At least definitely through the first 4 innings and into the 5th inning. Swing and a miss. Strike 3 on a cut fastball. And there are now 2 outs. 2 outs in the 8th inning as we go to the cleanup batter, Jarrett Hoffpauir. Hoffpauir tonight 2 for 3 with an RBI. He's a Kernel killer. Well, hopefully tonight. Hopefully not tonight.
I don't think he will do anything in this at-bat. I think Bill Edwards is going to pull through for us.
Bill Edwards, 7 2/3. I believe Todd Brummelkamp tells me that the longest start is the first pitch just misses outside.
Andy, you would know better than I do. You seem to follow the statistics better than someone who's paid to, which is an indictment of my shoddy skills at handling my job, but I cannot recall a starter going longer than this. Can you?
No.
All right.
I guess the only other thing we can talk about is Rafael Rodriguez 7-inning complete game win against Burlington.
Oh, that's right. Rafi did go.
And the count even to Lemachek. Now a fastball strike on the outer part of the plate.
Hoffpauir,
I'm sorry.
Lemachek,
Hoffpauir.
He's had slightly less success against us. But Bill Edwards, and I will. It's fun to be in a position where you can openly root for the players.
The 1-2 pitch on the way, 2 outs here. Dueñas sets up on the outside, the pitch a little bit inside, and Hoffpauir yanks it foul. We've been told that Mike Silman warming up in the bullpen. T.J. Stanton appears to be done and ready for the call whenever that may come.
T.J. was very excited today on the bus. He spoke with his mother. She got our trivia question right yesterday.
An outside pitch pulled foul as Joe Cunningham picks up the ball and flips into the crowd.
In between various colloquialisms, T.J. said, "My mother loves baseball." T.J. probably could be considered the clubhouse jester on the team. He certainly is usually in high spirits. I know I'm hooking him up with a 12-cup coffee maker for down in the clubhouse.
Edwards comes set at the belt. The 1-2 pitch on the way. Strike 3, and the Kernels are out of the inning. The only damage, a solo home run by the leadoff batter Wes Swackhammer, as Edwards strikes out the last 2 batters here in the 8th inning. 1 run for the swing on 1 hit. A walk leads to a runner left on base. The swing have left 3 on tonight. We go to the top of the 9th inning. Kernels 4, swing 4. You're listening to Kernel Baseball in the Zone.
With graduations and weddings upon us, you may be giving or receiving gifts and presents. Cedar Rapids Solid Waste and Recycling reminds you that they do not accept gift wrapping paper in your blue curbside recycling box. Instead, try to recycle by reusing old gift paper. Since wrapping paper should not be put in your blue curbside recycling box, you can throw it away in your garbage if you don't reuse it. Enjoy gift giving this season, but remember that gift wrapping paper is not recyclable.
It's time for graduation parties and spring picnics, and it's a great time to stock up on Old Dutch Ripples potato chips from Hy-Vee. Pre-priced $3.19 bags of Old Dutch Ripples potato chips are now on sale for just $1.88. Choose from a variety of flavors. Old Dutch Ripples potato chips are great for parties, picnics, and for after-school snacks. So visit your area Hy-Vee store for super savings on Old Dutch Ripples potato chips. Old Dutch and the Cedar Rapids and Marion Hy-Vee stores, proud supporters of area high school athletics.
Saturday morning, it's over easy as Scott Unash dishes up the Hy-Vee Coaches Corner here on the Zone. It's a hearty helping of local sports coverage from the Metro and beyond. All the latest prep news, the way only Scott can serve it up. Cooked up live from this week's featured Cedar Rapids Marion Hy-Vee kitchen. Get your Saturday breakfast special by tuning in to the Hy-Vee Coaches Corner, live from the Hy-Vee kitchen at 1556 First Avenue Southeast. Only here on The Zone.
We go to the top of the ninth inning, and the Swing have gone to their bullpen again. Someone we didn't want to see, left-hander Kevin Uhl, takes the mound. He is, as Todd has called him, a vulture.
He's right on top of our little stat pack here. He has appeared against the Kernels twice in Game 2 of our doubleheader back on the 13th, also on April 29th. His season stats, he's 7-0. This will be his 18th appearance. He has not made a start this year, folks. That 7-0 is impressive. 1.66 ERA, 1 save, 21 2/3 innings pitched, 14 hits, only 4 runs allowed. He's walked 3, struck out 16, and hitters are hitting just 187 against the southpaw.
Alexi Casilla squared to bunt, but pulled back. A strike called, and the second pitch misses high and away to even the count at 1-1.
Hope the FCC wasn't listening. Uhl, a left-hander. He stands 5'11", 185 pounds.
Casilla grounds the ball sharply to second and is retired 4-3. That brings up Sean Rodriguez. He is 2 for 4 tonight, a single and a double, scored both times he's been on base.
Alexi turned around, bat right-handed there against the Marist College product. He was an 18th round draft pick of the Boston Red Sox in 2003. Pitched at Augusta and Sarasota last year before winding up in the St. Louis Cardinals farm system.
First pitch to Sean is low, ball 1. As we go here in the top of the ninth inning, tied at 4.
Ooh.
We're going to tell you about another new promotion here at the ballpark. It's not a new promotion per se, but the way it's being presented.
No, the Chinese created it.
Is new. And we're talking about fireworks, Saturday evening fireworks. Our first show will follow the game on May 28th. Is that correct, Todd?
That's correct. Every Saturday home game from here on out, starting on Saturday, May 28th, it's post-game fireworks. And Andy, it's a little unique. It's a 5 o'clock start during that game, so Colonel General Manager Jack Rader has come up with some neat things for fans to do.
A ball lifted to right field, tailing away, but the play made by Joe Mather, and there are 2 outs now in the Colonel ninth inning. Part of that promotion on Saturday Night Fireworks with the 5 o'clock start. He'll be able to go down the field and play catch with the Colonel players. Bobby Magianis has agreed to have the players stay around and play catch with the fans on the field. You can run the bases. The concession stands will reopen. You can stick around and purchase concessions. As first pitch swinging by Nate Sutton, and he is retired 1-3. The Colonels go quietly here in the ninth inning, and it will be up to either Bill Edwards or T.J. Stanton as we go to the bottom of the ninth inning, tied at 4. You're listening to Colonel Baseball in the Zone.
Wouldn't it be great to have someone to always watch out for your changing financial needs for your entire life?
Congratulations, it's a girl. Oh, and a boy.
To help you through all those unexpected moments, well, if you have a guaranteed banker...
Dad, I borrowed your last 20.
You already have that someone.
See you at dinner, Mom. But I need the car.
Your guaranteed banker can help you with everything from checking and savings...
Mom, Dad, I got in.
...to loans and retirement planning...
This is the life.
...to trusts and estate planning.
I'd sure like to leave something to the grandchildren.
So why not stop by your locally owned Guaranteed Bank and let us help you with your kind of financial life?
Guaranteed Bank for your kind of life.
Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Wildcat Golf Course is ready to show you what makes us your local golf destination. 18 challenging holes for all skill levels. We have all of the services for you to have a great golf day. Check out our driving range before you tee it up, or grab your favorite sandwich from our bar and grill. Our pro shop is loaded with top golf gear from Strixon, Titleist, and Wilson, and awesome apparel from Ashworth and Nike. Wildcat is also the home course for the Cedar Rapids Kernels. Take the 20-minute drive from Cedar Rapids to see why Wildcat Golf Course is always something unexpected.
We go to the bottom of the ninth inning here, and the Swing played a doozy of a game yesterday against Beloit. Todd, tell us about what happened yesterday.
Well, that's right. They do not want this game to go extra innings tonight. They played a 4-hour and 20-minute ball game against the Minnesota Twins affiliate here at John O'Donnell last night. It went 13 innings before Joe Mather hit a 2-run home run in the bottom of the 13th to make the Swing a 5-3 winner. Let me double check if that was the score, but I'm pretty sure it was 5-3. Who cares? We're not caring about that game. We're caring about the one in front of us. And the Kernels have gone to the bullpen to bring on T.J. Stanton for the bottom of the ninth. So you can close the book on Bill Edwards.
Bill Edwards goes 8 innings, allows 8 hits, strikes out 6, walks only 1 as he misses low for ball 1. As John Rogers brings in some food here. I don't know what he's up to, but
or what he's done to that food. Better not think about it.
4 runs all earned. He had 1 wild pitch as the second pitch from Stanton is fouled off by Hammond, and the count even at 1-1.
Let's get you TJ's numbers on the year. He appeared twice in that Dayton series. He's 3-2 with a 4.64 ERA. That's under the team's ERA of 4.99. He's making his 16th appearance. That's tops on the team. He does have 1 save. This is a non-save situation as Hammond waves at a fastball high. 21 1/3 innings, 26 hits, 15 runs, 11 of them earned. He's allowed a team-high 4 home runs. He's hit 3 batters, walked 8, and struck out twice as many with 19. Opponents hitting just 1 point under 300 against him, 299.
A pitch gets away from Tommy Duenas and rolls back to the screen. Hammond made a check swing at that. The count even at 2-2. We're in the bottom of the 9th inning here. The game tied at 4. Kernels were cruising along here at a pretty decent clip as the 2-2 pitch is fouled straight back.
Line for Edwards. 8 innings pitched, 8 hits, 4 runs, 4 earned.
John Rogers, one of a kind. That looks like a bratwurst or an Italian sausage and a chicken breast.
John seems to think we're hungry in here, and maybe we are, but
he's profiling.
Right now, we're more hungry for a win as a curveball misses low and a good stop by Tommy Duenas. The count now full to Deary Hammond.
Andy, nothing would raise this club's spirits than to win either in dramatic fashion in extra innings or, well, they'd have to go extra innings in order to win, but this would be a big spirit booster for the Kernels.
A pitch is going to be lined into center field for a base hit as Deary Hammond singles into right field, not quite a Texas League hit, but the ball dropping in front of Jordan Renz, and the winning run is on board, and Brady Toops comes to bat. He's 2 for 3 tonight with a triple and a single.
Toops has hurt us in the past. John would have a fit because we have
totally messed up all of his papers, but
yes. He'll reorganize everything after the game is over. We're going to have to beat a hasty retreat out of here tonight, which makes my job a little tougher. I have to report on what happens here, and then Andy is gracious enough to put it on the website for me.
A throw to first base, and Hammond in standing up.
Yeah, Brady, if I recall correctly, has a homer office. He homered on our second to last game against the Swing, which I believe would have been Thursday. He was 2 for 3 with a homer.
Toops squares to bunt and pulls back. The pitch low for ball 1. Kernels and Swing tied at 4. We're in the bottom of the 9th inning. The leadoff batter, Deary Hammond, on at first on a single to right field. The 9th hit for the Swing tonight. First off of Colonel reliever T.J. Stanton. who came in to start this ninth inning. Another throw high, but gloved down by Wally over there at first base, and it would probably have to be a pretty high throw to get over the 6'6" frame of Chris Walston. Brady Toops. The 1-0 pitch on the way as
Jason Ramos comes in from third base, expecting the bunt, and Stanton steps off. Swing broadcaster Andrew Rudnick informed me that Toops has the lowest ERA among the team's catchers in games that he catches.
A bunt down the first baseline. Stanton gloves it and flips over to Walston at first. The sacrifice bunt moves Deary Hammond into scoring position at second base. The play goes 1-3 for the first out here in the inning. That brings up third baseman Jake Molinax. He is 0 for 3 with an RBI. One out here in the bottom of the ninth inning. Kernels and swing tied at 4. As Tommy Duenas goes out to the mound to talk with T.J. Stanton. Molinax drove in Brady Toops, who tripled back in the fifth inning, to give the Swing their first run of the evening.
No activity in the Kernel bullpen. This is TJ's game to win or lose for the Kernels. They love his guile. He is not a power pitcher.
First pitch in the dirt and a good stop by Tommy Duenas, the 69-mile-an-hour curveball.
TJ has virtually every line of the movie Caddyshack committed to memory. We watched it on the very start of this road trip on the way to the Quad Cities. TJ sits about 2 seats behind me on the bus.
The 1-0 pitch on the way, a fastball misses outside, and the count 2-0.
Big hitter, the Lama. And the Kernels will see what they got going for them. A little Caddyshack for you. How about that? A bonus.
Stanton sets in the pitch. It's a strike called on the outside corner. The count now 2-1. Kernels trying to break this 5-game skid. Swept by the Swing, by the Dayton Dragons. The Dragons' first home sweep in 3 calendar years as the 2-1 pitch is fouled.
Not just home, I believe home or away in 3 calendar years. I'd have to check with Mike Vanderwood on that. It was tough going in Dayton. It's the last place team that just came alive against the Kernels. I did a little fact checking today. We do not have the worst record in the minors. That belongs to, I believe, the West Virginia Power, a Class A affiliate of the Milwaukee Brewers. They have just 11 wins in the South Atlantic League.
Stanton now sits in the 2-2 pitch on the way, and it's scalded into right field. Jordan Renz picks it up as they hold Hammond up at third to throw home a strike to Tommy Duenas. It would have been interesting, but now we have runners on the corners and 1 out as Molinax singles for the 10th hit of the night. And that brings up Mike Ferris, who is 0 for 3 tonight. Double play gets us out of the inning.
That's right. A strikeout gets us to the Swing number 9 hitter, Wes Slackhammer. Of course, he has a home run against us. Andy, I'll take your double play any day.
I'll go for a double play. The Kernel infield in at the corners and double play depth, I guess maybe closer to halfway at short and second, Casilla and Sutton. Kernels have turned a double play tonight. As Stanton looks in and gets the sign from Tommy Duenas, the first pitch to Mike Ferris. Fastball outside. Tommy makes a great stab.
Now I'll do the euchre now. Just a bit outside. That ball was
headed for the backside.
Almost intentional walk distance away from home plate. Tommy, as we talked about, best defensive catcher in the league, making a fantastic stop and probably a game-winning save there.
Keeping Deary Hammond at third. The 1-0 pitch on the way from Stanton. Low for ball 2. Tommy's going to take a quick stroll out to the mound and try and settle TJ down. Could very well be he's pumped up trying to get this Kernel team their second win in this 8-game road trip.
TJ also wants to atone for his couple appearances in Dayton. He was on the mound with the Kernels leading on, these days are all running together for me, Monday night, I believe.
Kernels 4, swing 4, 2 on and 1 out.
Double play ball would be fantastic here. TJ, I would buy you all the coffee you could drink, my friend.
Swing and a miss on a nice pitch by Stanton.
A big breaker.
2-1 the count to the swing number 8 hitter, Mike Parisi. Mike batting 185 on the season, but and that 185 average or 20 RBI.
Batting averages mean nothing. If you can come through in the clutch, you will do well.
The 2-1 pitch as Stanton sits, fakes the throw to third and turns and looks.
And there go the home fans wanting a balk. I guarantee you, every bit of money that I own, if a swing pitcher had done that, not one peep from the crowd.
Tonight's attendance was announced at 1,147.
Emphasis on announced.
A pitch fouled back to the screen. I think Parisi was fooled on that pitch a little bit. A fastball tailing away from the left-handed first baseman. The count even at 2-2. A strikeout definitely helps here. Takes away the sac fly possibilities.
I'm still with you on that double play. 6-4-3, 4-6-3, 4-3, unassisted. 6-3 unassisted. The unconventional 5-4-3. Any way, like the World Change Bank.
The 2-2 pitch popped up. This is going to be a tough play as Peel comes in from left field. Casilla's calling for it, but Ramos, I don't know if he didn't hear him or just had a beat on it, but Ramos makes the catch.
Well, the important thing is the catch got made.
That is the important thing.
And we now have 2 outs. TJ Stanton looking like a little bit of weight has been taken off of his considerable shoulders.
That does bring Wes Swackhammer up. He led off the 8th inning with a solo home run to right field.
Now, Swackhammer can do a number of things here and not hurt us. He can strike out, he can ground out, he can fly out.
He could even be hit by a pitch and not hurt us.
Or walk, that's right, and not hurt us. The important thing is he makes an out.
Ball 1 is, or the first pitch is low, ball 1.
Because Lemanzik is on deck, and you do not want to go to the top of the order with the bases loaded, which would be the only scenario should Swackhammer reach base. He's either going to win the game or end it here, or reach base and go to the top.
Ball 2 inside. Tommy Duenas encouraging TJ Stanton. It was a good pitch, but a little low and inside to the left-handed swing left fielder.
I'll put my Angel jacket on here for good luck.
2-0 pitch to Swackhammer as Stanton is set. The pitch on the way and inside ball 3. A 3-0 pitch, and it looks like they're going to go ahead now and intentionally walk Swackhammer, which may not be a bad idea as Duenas sets to make sure he receives that pitch, and that is an intentional walk. Only the second walk given up by the Kernels tonight. Unfortunately, it does load the bases as Kernel pitching coach Kernan Ronan takes the hill to talk with Tommy Duenas and TJ Stanton.
Well, this is interesting now because Michael Collins will run out to the bullpen and get Francisco Cordova throwing. I believe it's Cordova, either that or it's Muddy, Chris Waters. Can't tell from here without the binoculars, even those two are a world apart in their
I would say it
looks
like Cordova from here.
It is Cordova. But if anything happens with Lemanzik, the game's over.
It's not going to matter other than an out.
So this may be, in case we go to extra innings. Cordova would come on in the 10th. TJ standing behind the mound, facing center field. He adjusts himself, his pants, I should say, hikes them up a little bit, pounds the ball into his glove once, twice, double checks. Yes, TJ, the bases are loaded.
Lemanchek 1 for 3 tonight, a single in the first inning. Grounded to second, and there's a ball to left field. It's going to be a walk-off It's going to be a walk-off single. And the Kernels, unfortunately, their road woes continue. A first pitch single to left center field over the head of Aaron Peel. The ball glances off the wall. It will go down as a single for Matt Lemanchek, an RBI game-winning single, and the Colonel woes continue. There's not much to say. They were gamely trying tonight, but as Todd and I talked about earlier, when teams are struggling, it's hard to find ways to win. The final line score in tonight's game for the Quad City Swing, 5 runs, 11 hits, 1 error. For the Kernels, 4 runs, 8 hits, no errors. The win goes to Kevin Uhl. He goes to 8-0 on the season. The loss goes to TJ Stanton. His record is 3-3.
Go figure.
We'll be back with John Rogers for our Colonel postgame show. You're listening to Colonel Baseball in the Zone.
Hey, Dad, did you catch the game last night? Wow!
Oh, no, the wind was messing up my dish.
Oh, man, too bad. Maybe next time.
Hey, Dad, did you see that documentary on fire ants? Oh, fantastic stuff.
Oh, no, I had a little problem with the old dish.
Too bad. You really missed something special.
Say, Ted, remember that episode of Nip Tuck last week, the one with the doctor?
No, afraid not. I think it was raining that night or something.
Hi, Teddy.
Hi.
Hey, I saw this romantic movie the other night. It made me think of you.
Well, I meant to, but I think there was some bad weather going on.
You know, Ted, I could really see getting together once in a while, but I don't know if I want a dish relationship.
Oh, man. Want a weatherproof way to watch television? Get rid of that dish and call Mediacom to learn about our 12-month, $29.95 offers. Call today at 1-800-800-CABLE. That's 1-800-800-CABLE.
It's time for the Colonel's Curtain Call, right here on the Zone, ESPN Radio 1600 AM. With a recap of all the action, the State Farm Major League scoreboard, plus a look ahead to the next Colonel's game, let's rejoin the voice of the Colonel, the one, the only John Rogers, here on the Zone, ESPN Radio 1600 AM.
Well, we're back in Davenport, where the Colonel road trip comes to a disappointing end, although the Colonels sure fought their hearts out again this evening with Bill Edwards leading the way. Bill gunning for his team-high 5th win of the year. Allowed a leadoff home run in the 8th inning that tied the game, and credit the Swing, they've now won 6 in a row. They've won 9 of 11. They are the hottest team in the Midwest League as they overcome a 4-0 Colonel lead and win it on a bases-loaded 2-out single. Narrowly missing a grand slam was Matt Lemanchek to win it in the bottom of the 9th for Quad City, 5-4. The Colonel heartbreak continues as our record in one-run games is now 4-9. Quad City in one-run games is 9-3. Again, on the Colonel Curtain Call, all we can do is give the Colonels the credit and praise they deserve. They jumped ahead 1-0 tonight. A RBI single by Aaron Peel, driving in Sean Rodriguez, and Aaron had 3 of the Colonel 8 hits in this 5-4 loss. The Colonels made it 2-0 in the 3rd inning when Aaron Peel belted his 4th home run of the year. It came off Mike Parisi. It was 2-0 Colonels. The Colonels made it 3-0 in the 5th inning, and 4-0. They scored twice. Sean Rodriguez, who had 2 hits and scored 2 of the Colonel 4 runs, doubled in down the line in right. Nate Sutton bunted him to 3rd. Aaron Peel then dumped a double into right, scoring Rodriguez from 3rd. 3-0 Colonels. Aaron stole 3rd. He scored on a Warner Madrigal sacrifice fly, and things look great for the Colonels and Bill Edwards. 4-0 the Colonels led here tonight. The Swing got one of those runs back in the bottom of the 5th inning. Brady Toops tripled down the left field line into the cavernous left field corner, and he scored on a Jake Mullinex ground out to short. In the 6th inning, a misplay cost the Kernels with 1 out, with 2 outs. This is how good Quad City has been during this 6-game winning streak. Matt Shepard pushed a double just beyond the reach of the diving Chris Walston at first. Joe Mather then doubled to left field, scoring Matt Shepard and making it 4-2 Kernels. Mather advanced to third on a wild pitch, and he scored on a Jarrett Hoffpauir double. Wouldn't you know it, Hoffpauir leads the league with 15 doubles, and 8 of them would come against Kernel pitching. It was a ball that Jordan Renz, our South Slope Communications Triple Play Show guest, lost in the twilight. It dropped out of the mid of Jordan Renz for a double, and it scored Joe Mather to make it 4-3 Kernels. The game remained 4-3 until the 8th inning when Wes Swackhammer, doggone it, that number 9 hitter did it again to us tonight. Wes Swackhammer hit a leadoff homer to tie the game at 4, and then the Swing won it in the 9th inning off of T.J. Stanton, a bases-loaded 2-out single high off the left field wall by Matt Lemancic. The final line score for the Swing, who now have won 6 straight and beaten the Kernels 5 out of 8 times here at John O'Donnell Stadium. 5 runs, 11 hits, and Quad City made 1 error. The Kernels 4 runs, 8 hits, no errors, and the Kernels left 8 men on. Quad City left 6 men aboard. The winning pitcher, you'll hear a lot about him at the All-Star break, Kevin Uhl. He's now 8-0 in relief for the Swing. The Kernel loser, T.J. Stanton, is now 3-3. 1,147 were here to see it in a game that took 2 hours and 34 minutes. Another heartbreaking loss for the Kernels, ending the road trip at 1-7. It was a 5-4 Swing come-from-behind win. Up next, we'll have our complete look at the State Farm Major League scoreboard here in the Zone.
When we were children, we were taught to save for a rainy day, but what if it rains harder than you expected? Tanya Sedlock, your professional Pekin insurance agent at Weidenhammer Andrews Agency, understands about the storms that life can bring. Whether you need auto, home, business, life, or health insurance, Tanya will review the coverages you need for your life and the lives of the ones you care about most. Help the sun shine on your life with a visit to your hometown Pekin insurance professional, Tanya Sedlock, at Weidenhammer Andrews Agency.
There's a reason Dick Ramsey is the #1 home seller for the #1 real estate company, Skogman Realty. It's because Dick Ramsey works harder for you than anyone to make selling your home easy for you. Take Dick's one-of-a-kind home trade program. Buy one of Dick Ramsey's homes and Dick will buy yours. Dick Ramsey provides 2 other unparalleled services: a free 1-hour telephone loan approval and a free 1-hour telephone appraisal on your property. Dick Ramsey of Skogman Realty, the #1 home seller for the #1 real estate company.
Welcome back to Davenport, where the Swing came back from a 4-0 hole and won their 6th in a row and sent the Kernels to a loss and complete the Kernel road trip record, a disappointing 1-7. Thanks to State Farm Insurance agents Gary Schubat, Al Shetler, Dale Thompson, and Lanny Peterson. Here's Kernel Director of Media and Public Relations Todd Brummelkamp with a complete look at action from this afternoon and tonight on the State Farm Major League scoreboard.
Well, thank you, John. The Cubs were 3-2 winners in Pittsburgh today. They take a game from the Pirates on no home runs, actually, for the Cubs. Mike Wirtz gets the win in relief. He's 2-1. Jose Mesa falls to 0-3 in relief. He is the loser for the Pirates. At Shea Stadium in New York, it's the Mets with 10 runs defeating the Reds, 10-6. Both teams had 13 hits. Tom Glavine gets the win against Eric Milton. Ken Griffey Jr. and Sean Casey homering for the Reds in that loss. Josh Beckett improves to 6-3 as the Marlins are 8-3 winners at Chavez Ravine over the Los Angeles Dodgers against Jeff Weaver. My San Diego Padres double up the Atlanta Braves this afternoon. They win 8-4. Adam Eaton improves to 6-1 with a 3.35 ERA. Former Cedar Rapids Red Trevor Hoffman nails down his 13th save of the year. An absolute beauty in our nation's capital today. The Washington Nationals win 1-0. They score a run in the bottom of the 9th inning to win it against the Milwaukee Brewers. Absolutely amazing baseball. What a beautiful game. What a beautiful line score to look at. San Francisco has defeated Colorado 3-2. The Giants scored in the top of the 9th to make themselves a winner in that one. John shall rejoice at the Cardinals' 8-4 victory over Philadelphia. St. Louis doubles up the Phillies behind home runs by Yadier Molina and Albert Pujols. One game going on in the National League still out west. It's actually not really west. It's in Texas. Arizona leads Houston 7-5 at Minute Maid Park. That game in the bottom of the eighth inning. Former Angel Troy Glaus has a homer for the Diamondbacks. That Angel mentioned segues us into the American League, where the parent club, Los Angeles Angels, are having much better success than their farm hands in Cedar Rapids at the moment. The Angels win 2-1 tonight behind the pitching of Bartolo Colon. Bartolo throws into the ninth inning to lead 2-1, turns it over to former Colonel Scott Shields. Scott nails it down for his fourth save of the year. And Los Angeles Angels win 2-1. Texas could not cool off the Chicago White Sox. Sox remain hot, winning 7-0 at Sox Park. Mark Burley improves to 7-1 with a 3.33 ERA. Boston and Oakland in a slugfest. Oakland wins 13-6 at Network Associates Coliseum. At Comerica Park in Detroit, it was the Tigers taking a 6-4 victory over the Tampa Bay Devil Rays. Will Ledesma, former West Michigan Whitecap, whom we play next, is the winner for Detroit. Toronto could not defeat Minnesota. The Twins came from behind to win this one 3-2 at the Hubert H. Humphrey Metrodome in Minneapolis. Games in progress in the American League right now. It's Baltimore on top of Kansas City, 7-4. That game is in the top of the ninth at Kauffman Stadium. And one last score from the American League. It's the Yankees 4, Mariners 2 in the bottom of the first inning. Alex Rodriguez has already hit his 14th home run of the year in that game as the Yankees lead 4-2, and Colonel Director of Graphics and Technology Andy Pantini dances a jig behind my shoulder. That is a look at the State Farm Major League scoreboard.
Todd, thanks so much. Brought to us for the 10th year in a row by State Farm Insurance agents Gary Schubat, Dale Thompson, Lanny Peterson, and Al Shetler. 5-4 swing. We'll be back in a minute with our Access Direct play of the game. This is Colonel Baseball in the Zone.
At Zimmerman's, we believe that the voice of the customer speaks the loudest. Let's hear what our customers have to say.
We chose Zimmerman because our family has been buying cars. I guess we're probably the third generation to buy cars here at Zimmerman's.
My family's bought 18 cars at Zimmerman's. 18. I ought to get a little bonus or something, wasn't it?
We build our reputation on one satisfied customer at a time. On behalf of everyone at Zimmerman's, I want to thank you for your business.
Your home is a powerful asset. Managed wisely, it can help you with home improvements, tuition, and other expenses. Wells Fargo Home Equity Financing is the key. With flexible terms, competitive rates, and affordable payments. Our bankers have the knowledge and resources to help you find the best financing for your needs. Talk with a Wells Fargo banker today and see how home equity financing can help you reach your next stage. Wells Fargo, the next stage, Equal Housing Lender.
We're back in Davenport where the Kernels had a 4-0 lead through 4.5 innings, but the Swing of the Quad Cities win their 6th straight. They're the hottest team in the Midwest League, and they rally for 1 in the 8th and 1 in the 9th to send the Kernels reeling to a 5-4 loss. Access Direct is proud to step to the plate as they do during the Colonel Curtain Call following all of our games with our Access Direct play of the game. Access Direct is undergoing an exciting hiring initiative, and they encourage you to apply. They're looking for team players. Access Direct has their career and job opportunities readily available for you to look at by visiting their website, www.accdir.com. That's www.accdir.com, or call Access Direct at 261-0260. The benefits are outstanding. Medical, dental, vision insurance, a 401k savings plan, casual dress code where you'll start at $8.50 an hour. It's a fun, friendly, upbeat place to work, Access Direct. Our Access Direct play of the game came when Bill Edwards was pitching his heart out. The score was 4-3 Kernels. In the 7th inning, Bill surrendered a leadoff infield single to Brady Toops, but then got Jake Mullinex to bounce in to a 6-3 double play. One of two double plays the Kernels turned this evening. And we do have to remain positive. The Kernels played errorless baseball tonight, got great starting pitching from a very, very tough competitor, Bill Edwards, who deserved to go 5-1 this evening. And the Kernels just had a hot team overtake them down the stretch. And when you're hot, you do the little things to win a ball game. And when you're cold like the Kernels are now, you find yourself suffering every little one or two things you do incorrectly will come back to haunt you. It was 5-4 Quad Cities this evening. Now, we open up a 4-game homestand coming off this 1-7 road trip. It can only get better with home cooking. We'll be in action tomorrow. Bob Brooks and I will have the South Slope Communications Triple Play show for you at 6:10, 6:30 start, the first of 4 against the West Michigan Whitecaps. A special thanks to two of my friends and colleagues. First, Todd Brummelkamp for taking vacation days to accompany us here to Davenport, all the way to Dayton, and then back here to Davenport. And secondly, to Andy Pantini, who was kind enough to offer to pinch hit this evening to give the Kernels a lift and a little bit of good luck. And Andy and Todd combined to just about get us over the hump here this evening. And the Kernels, as I say, deserve to be commended for playing well enough to win, but for having a hot team have all the answers and overtake us 5-4. Thanks to both Todd Brummelkamp and Andy Pantini. And thanks to Jake Lentz, our in-studio engineer. Jake, as always, manned the fort with a great deal of pride and excellence down at 2nd Avenue and 5th Streets. It was 4-0 Kernels after 4.5 innings, but Quad City wins it 5-4. For Todd Brummelkamp and Andy Pantini, I'm John Rogers, wishing you a wonderful middle of the week, and look forward to greeting you tomorrow with the South Slope Communications Show at 6:10. This has been Kernel Baseball in the Zone.
This has been a special sports presentation from The Zone, ESPN Radio, 1600 AM, Cedar Rapids. Now back to our regularly scheduled ESPN programming already in progress.